hits multiple targets. It's like AoE, but it works with the Grimstroke ult.
Okay.
But I love Grimstroke against Muerta because you get the innate where you can hit ethereal targets, but then you get a unit that's also magic immune. So the illusion that you get is like legitimately God. You cannot deal with this illusion.
Yeah, Phoenix also hates the silence, the ghost, you know.
Yeah, true.
You can't really deal with it. And they have a pretty nice Inkswell target with the Sanking. I think every time you see a Grimstroke being picked, immediately you think, oh, does their lineup work well with the Grimstroke? And right now they have the double grip and the Inkswell target on the Sanking. Undying, okay.
So that's a mid Sanking and the core Undying.
Off-lane Undying.
They want to get a pipe. They want to get those auras instantly. Enigma Galaxy immediately taking out Medusa. Like the damage that they do have is really that great. Plus you also have ways of dealing with Undying. Tombstone, Medusa, Gyrocopter, these type of stuff are always going to be
But
good.
at the same time, Grimstroke acts, you know, against Medusa.
This is another great illusion target. And I will say the same thing that I said last game, which is Team Tidebound, they seem to think that they need a Crimson Pipe Buyer versus Medusa. And Undying is an excellent Crimson Pipe Buyer, especially the Crimson, because all the strength that you're stealing is giving you more protection against these small instances of damage that Medusa is doing, but it doesn't seem like NGX cares.
I'll go with the crowd. I'm going to say crowd wants to see Ogre, and that's going to be the last pick.
We jump in. I'm also currently ordering our dinners so that we can have that done.
Team Tidebound.
Oh wait,
Turn to
no.
These small instances of damage that Medusa is doing, but it doesn't seem like NGX cares.
I'll go with the crowd. I'm going to say crowd wants to see Ogre, and that's going to be
So
the
Undying
last pick.
offlane Sanking mid
It's
for
all that
Tidebound.
clapping, right?
They went from Muerta Medusa again.
I like how Lacoste can make anything work for his imagination here. What is your...
Wait, which team is picking Ogre? You just said that without even thinking
Paper
of...
Galaxy, he doesn't care. Any of them.
I mean, if we can have Muerta mid, if we can have these punch carries, why not Ogre?
Same results.
I
I don't
Let me
know.
ask you, do you buy Helm on Ogre or Midas on Ogre?
Both.
Midas 100% of the time.
There you go.
I mean, it depends on the last two picks, like
100%
what
of
safe
the time.
lane Tidebound's
Let's
going
see
for.
what exactly is
Obviously,
gonna be banned out.
anti-mage
Last time
ban,
that they
but
picked the Medusa, they banned the AM, and it was just the Darkseer. They felt like that was what they were looking for, something that really countered the Medusa. But the offlane had already been shown in the Undying, so is that still where your ban wants to go?
Maybe Tidebound could pick Morphling, because I think it's really good against Medusa.
Oh, I thought you were going to say
And then
that the
also
crowd was
because the
doing
crowd is
waves,
bigger.
yeah?
Come on, dude, I was setting up for the punchline. Come on. Yeah, it was a wave type thing, but then I thought if Shiro actually plays Morphling, it's not genuinely not that bad. Turning into Medusa is very powerful.
Now, full of
Very, very
jokesters on this panel. Having too much fun. They're thinking a lot about this. It went straight from this clockwork. They knew exactly that they wanted the Medusa out of this into the AM ban, but now is where it's stalling out a little bit, Winter.
I mean, there's definitely still a lot of other decent options. I think Terrorblade is kind of okay too, you know, you can kind of hit the egg, you can make Medusa copies of your own. You're kind of like a Darkseer in a way. I think there's still options here.
Jug would have been good.
Tidebounds turn to come.
Diffusal builder against Medusa. I also think people generally enjoy that matchup. Like in the Omni Slash, you can do enough damage to kill.
I mean, you also spin and kill the egg, so that's like two reasons to pick the
true.
job. I mean, the mask kind of also really
Crap,
rounds
I
up the
made a
whole
mistake.
lineup here. Protection for the egg. It kind of also maybe stops certain heroes like TB, you know, you dissuade those heroes. Well, they're going to go for the Faceless Void here, so the other lineup is going to be very, very slow, and you have triple melee calls here.
That is a classic Medusa counter, though. I remember BB Team was the first team to show this, where you simply kill everyone else, and Medusa does such small instances of damage that Void will...
Yeah, but what if the egg is the carry right now, because you can't kill the egg? You have 3 melee calls, and your supports are probably not going to
pretty bad at it.
This
So
is
it needs
true.
to be Faceless Void who needs to actually hit the egg.
Early Manta style from him.
Oof.
This is going to be necessary. Attack speed items.
Yeah.
So the impact of the Phoenix is still going to stay there. You know, it's rising in popularity a little bit, but we mostly see it played in.
I mean, it's also
off-lane.
Phoenix plus Medusa, right? The Gaze and the Ace.
I
so they're
really
not
don't
hitting
like
it in.
Team Tidebound's lineup.
Yeah,
Which makes this
tough
weird.
to disengage there. So now,
I
the question
mean,
is, you guys
honestly-
favor the team normally when it comes to a team fight, when you see the lanes play out. But can you see that when it comes to these two drafts and these two teams?
In the trifecta again, right? You're gonna be looking at the trifecta. So it's gonna be Moita, Phoenix, Clock. I think that's probably more all-rounded compared to the Sand King, Bane, and Grim. I think Grim is the weakest hero here when it comes to the rune fighting. So I think I'm gonna give the trifecta advantage to Enigma Galaxy. They're probably gonna be able to get slightly ahead in terms of the runes, and they're gonna be able to use it to snowball again, like what happened in the first game with the Moita.
I think Tidebounds is way better than last game.
It is.
Like
Definitely.
we're gonna see an actual competitive game here rather than just the stomp of game one.
Yeah, it's not like last game, but I still think that the Grim is going to be a weaker one. The weakest hero among the
Yeah,
six
he's
heroes.
playing into Mars, which he doesn't like to play Clockwork as well. I think these two supports from Tidebound could suffer a lot if they're getting initiated on. Sure, there is some counterplay to it with the Sanking stun, with the Undying using the Tombstone, popping the auras, Chronosphere from the Faceless Void. But overall, if Enigma Galaxy is being the one who's super aggressive, they're initiating the fights, I can feel these two supports having a really rough time.
And yourself, Jenkins?
Yeah, I agree. I would say I think NGX got something very similar to what they got in the first game, perhaps even easier to execute. It's just they're dealing with a Tidebound that has an actual good duo in their supports.
Yeah, Tidebound powering up, having a bit of drive for themselves in a game number 2. Let's hear from that coach exactly his thoughts on it.
Oh, I gotta mute
Thank you
this
very
guy.
much. I am standing by with the Blink, coach of Tidebound.
Prepare for battle.
I just made an order, but I didn't realize that it was for pickup.
30 seconds to battle.
Instead of for delivery. So that's a fat rip. Well, at least three bounties coming up. Yeah, they're gonna get 3 bounties on the side of Tidebound. Not too shabby of a start. Yeah, I wasn't the biggest fan of the Phoenix pickup necessarily, but they are there is no attack speed whatsoever on this side of Tidebound, except for Faceless Void. But it's a pretty first blood secured for Enigma. It's a pretty tough game as well in that regard, because okay, so Faceless Void, he chronos Muerta. Muerta has ulti going. Faceless Void can't do anything against Muerta. Faceless Void, he chronos Clockwork. Cogs are down, fucks up Faceless Void. Faceless Void, he chronos Phoenix. He pops the egg in time, fucks up the entire Faceless Void chrono. Faceless Void, he chronos Medusa, who gets Stone Gaze off, fucks up the entire chrono. And even Mars has Arena that fucks, they have 5 heroes that can screw over chrono. Which is nuts. And it does very much feel like you get BKB on Enigma's side, you're Gucci this game. Planet, there is one thing that is really good this game, if Planet can get an Ags at a fast timing. That's the only thing that I'm thinking of that could turn this game upside down, inside out. far so even. Mill going for the Helm of the Dominator, because why the fuck not? Everyone and their mother goes for it. No Helm being queued up for Noob, but a Helm being queued up for Batch. Oh, things well. Mini stun on GH. Interrupts his Icarus dive, and nice kill coming in for Planet. Like, if in a team fight you would, for instance, get a Soulbind on Muerta Medusa, and you get the Dark Portrait with 150% outgoing damage, you got stupid damage in no time. I also need to still remove the thing that's standing at the top, but I'm coming back. Oh, and why? Okay, the game, I didn't even realize that the game was showing.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's courier has been killed.
Tell me someone saw that.
And maybe you should sit this one out if you're so worried about getting scratched.
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
You've had enough.
Well, they already do have a 2k net with Lydia on the side of Enigma. I'm actually curious, did I have them? Fictions, fantasy, I had them beating Tidebound. I mean, they're winning all 3 lanes. Even Shiro is struggling top against Noob. Obviously, Undying is shit against Dusa, because if you steal strength, Dusa literally doesn't care. You just give magic wand charges. Ooh, Burrow misses. GH nearby, soaking some of the XP at the very least. But it is nothing to say there's also a nice ancient stack for him to possibly clear later down the line. And experience shrines are almost up, so those are good moments to go for anything really. GH, I don't know if he's considering going for Batch or if he's considering... Okay, he's gonna try and go for the Undying, rooted up. Sunray takes a heap of damage in the process. There is an Icarus dive. Batch heals himself up and is going to stay alive because that's how insanely tanky and Undying is. Gonna cry because so happy for Samil. Well, you know, if they make it through. But yeah, he's winning that mid pretty dominantly.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Shiro is actually also one of the... I mean, Face Void's also one of the heroes that really does go for the Helm of the Dominator build. Because it works well with Chrono. But they're going to go for Noob underneath the tower. There's Chrono available. He has the arena. He's not going to drop it. He's going to get taken down without the Chrono usage as well. That's a pretty important kill to slow down his farm. Omar roaming about. Nothing to say. Dust it up. Burrow to the side. Still chasing in. But the Cogs won't be able to get the lockdown. With the supports in the area. Enemy supports as well. They're looking to go for the tier 1 tower mid. With that mud golem. Meantime, Ghost is chilling bottom. Same with Botch. He's close to his helm of... So Dire's going to have 2 helms, Radiant 1. Ergo, normally you would expect the team with more more Helm of the Dominators to be able to get the dub. Ooh, that's a very sad dead shot. Silence onto Clockwork, nothing stays here, has the Burrow Strike available. And of course the Epicenter if need be. Deadshot comes out, but they're going to lose Omar in the process, and that Ancient Stack should be secured. Y is still being chased. There's a Coconut available for Samil. Throws it out, won't be able to do anywhere close enough damage as GH now needs to be careful not to get sent back. Another Deadshot whiff. Y gets taken down by the neutrals afterwards. But it is going to be the Ancient Stack cleared by Nothing to Say, who is going to be able to get a lot quicker with his Blink Dagger because of it. Samil steals a couple. Mainly the big creeps. And IDC. Cool. Cool. That's weird.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I'm going for the Yule Scepter. Shiro does have that Helm of the Dominator now done, so he's got the extra little creep there. Summons some skellies. Batch has his own little creep, the Warpine Raider. And GH just... What the fuck is happening? This is weird. That's strange. Samil in the meantime just farming his power treads are now done.
Radiant
As they're going to smoke head towards top lane, they do have the arena available. Shiro already did use the leap. That's going to be on cooldown for a little bit longer. Nightmare, is it going to be enough? The silence! Does he get feared? Yes, he does. Great dead shot from Samil. Goes into his ulti form to try and kill off Y. And Y is just going to burn down to GH. Great move coming out. And the moment Shiro used his leap, his fate was sealed. Bottom, Ghost is currently just farming up the jungle. Going for that Manta style. After the Falcon Blade, top net worth, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Omar needs his level 6 as well. But he's got the hook shot and can actually start becoming active.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack.
God, I love how efficient that is. Drag the creeps around, make sure that it doesn't interrupt the camp spawn. Then spear the creeps plus that camp to one-shot the camp, and then God's Rebuke the rest of the creeps. And then you get the full... That's super freaking efficient. Oh, GH. Has a dive. But the Chrono's just going to get thrown out. No save. Coming in for Noob. Burrow actually goes past Noob. Was inside the Chrono. Fiend's Grip though onto the Mars. Hook shot from Omar. Great catch. And there's going to be the stun into the Cogs. And Y needs to try and disengage Batches here though. Undying has the Tombstone. The nastiness. The arena does get dropped. They gotta get rid of the Tombstone. Ghost is also in the area. There is no Chrono. There is no nothing here. Batch is just stealing a bunch of strength. Inkswell onto Samil. That's a big kill if they can secure it. He's actually going to stay alive for a little bit longer. Keep them occupied. The root onto Shiro. There's a leap available. The spear onto Tube. Samil gets healed up in the process. Samil's not going to die. Samil's not going to die. Oh my God. They kept him alive and then some. Noob gave him the freaking, whatever you call it, the Lotus. Then you had the Sunray heal and the roots to just keep the Faceless Void out of range. Holy shit, that was a save Samil gameplay right there. And he's going Mage Slayer, so he's going very defensive oriented. They have primarily magic damage at this stage in the game, so if he gets Mage Slayer, random hits hitting other targets will get that debuff going. God, I am so impressed with that, how he stayed alive. There is a Phoenix Egg available, but you won't be able to get the cost off because Noob wasn't there to help out in time. And Ghosts farming up. Manta's pretty much done. Then Maelstrom next. Noob in the meantime caught up significantly in farm. Second in net worth. Has his Yules. Is going to go for a pipe net. Yeah, they're really making sure that there's no damage upper. Even like Shiro, the only damage he'll have will be magic damage for quite a long time because of Time Lock being magic damage and also the Maelstrom that he's building. Shot onto Badge. Silenced up. Inside the arena, gets pushed back thanks to the Cogs. Centaur Stomp. They're actually not going to be able to kill him just yet. Silence comes out. Epicenter as well. Can they get rid of the creep? No, they cannot. Samil does pop his ulti. Now needs to run away. Soulbind gets thrown out. And the double Fiend's Grip is fantastic. And also you can see Planet is going for the Aghanim Scepter first item rush this game. Knowing exactly what they need, and that is the big axe from Grimstroke that can seal the deal.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
God, that's just annoying. That's it's very strong, stupid spell. God, it's annoying. Okay, going in onto Noob. He does have a Yule Scepter available. Omar has a hook shot, but they need to get rid of the Nightmare. Is he going to be able to get the hook shot in? He does snipe it onto Planet. Sunray on top. Dead shot between the two, and that will be Planet dead. So they find a kill in response. And some counter wards as well. But yeah, they need that pipe. There's nothing to say is closing in on towards his Aghanim Scepter. It's not going to take too long until he has it secured.
Illusion.
Omar going 4-staff. Why? Another hero that if he manages to get Ags this game could be really deadly. Incredibly deadly. Like it really feels like GH at one point is going to need to get an Aghanim Scepter just to save his allies. Oh. Does get spotted, but that's too deep also. Undying is very annoying to kill. Especially core Undying. He's not the most farmed, but he pops that, boom, gets 40% extra strength. Just like 20-ish. Oh, Y on the back line. He's gonna be able to juke his way out of there, it seems. GH spots out Y. Nightmare comes out. There's a Fiend's Grip available, and they will blow GH up without a response. Ghost running in. Fiend's Grip is available, not gonna be able to get thrown out, and Y, they will lose both Y and Nothing to Say. Great rotation coming out from Nigma Galaxy. Unfortunately, they lost GH, but they got something big in response. In a minute and a half, Tormentor is going to be up. Great for both the Radiant supports. If they manage to secure Dire, it's decent on this guy. It's really solid on Grim. It's not as amazing as it used to be on Grimstroke, but having a Dispel, a basic Dispel is always nice. And the fact that you can... get the extra well, a big chunk of healing from the Inkswell is pretty neat. What was it? Allows Inkswell to deal 40% more damage and heal the targets for 40% of the damage Inkswell deals. So yeah, that's quite a lot. You get a 3-man Inkswell stun, you can heal like full HP.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Ghost has a Maelstrom, is going for the Ags immediately afterwards.
Radiant are scanning.
They're going for Noob. Inkswell. Chrono comes out. Sunray from GH though. Dead shot as well. Shiro's Chrono is completely wasted. They're going to go for GH. Gets the Phoenix Egg off. Is it going to be just in time? The arena does get thrown out. And the egg, it gets defended by Noob. Yules is Nothing to Say. The arena holds a planet out of range. And the egg will not get blown up. Nothing to Say. Hook shot it in. He's going to get held in place. And they find Nothing to Say in response. On the side, Y is being chased, as he'll be speared to the side. Dead shot, finish him off. They're going to take the gateway, and they're going to go for the Tormentor. And again, I mean, that was super freaking close for GH. Not getting killed, but great stuff. Heals up the Mars. Stays alive through it all as well. With the Phoenix Egg, and then because he saves Noob, Noob saves him.
If only. That way.
And now Noob has the pipe. Yules. They have Mage Slayer on Muerta. And all the damage in the world is going to come out from Ghost because he has his Ags now done, so he gets split shot, uses modifiers.
Dire's top tower.
Wait, she doesn't have Mjolnir yet, but yeah. This is already very solid. They do have a Sand King Ags available now.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Nigma smoked up, looking for a catch. Can they find anyone? Smill's going Ags. He's going for the big dead shot. I mean, he's playing more of a supportive Muerta this game. Not necessarily supportive, but oh, they drop Tombstone in the pit and immediately get scouted. Spear comes in as well. Nightmare drag. Y behind.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, they're probably gonna have to give up Roche here. I don't think there's no Tombstone. I don't know if you want to fight in this area at all if you're tidebound. I would say just push top lane and get some farm. Yeah, Shiro's already leaving the area. They have no Tombstone for 40. Arena gets dropped. The two players get caught by Noob on the back end. Sundry on top, then there's Samil, Muerta pumping out damage. Omar's chasing on the back line as well, gets the hook shot in. Is he going to be able to get more? It looks like it's going to be 3, because of course Batch has that innate, and it will be very likely Roshan now in favor of Nigma Gallic. Yeah, they're just owning Tidebound, but it's primarily in my eyes that Tidebound is effing up. I hate that I had the previous game prediction wrong. Should have known. Should have known.
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
I mean, Heroic, even though it was with Barker, did win a major. It was with the Philama. They actually have a better offlaner now.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
In Whisper. Whisper's so good.
Dire's bottom tower is
He's the
under
best
attack.
South American, Southeast Asian, South American offlaner in general.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Planet is closing in on the Ags though. That is again one thing that they could be looking towards changing this game around. So if they get a good soul bind into double,
Radiant's top
I mean
tower
that's the
is
plus
under
of
attack.
Samil going for more of the spell damage build, so that the only illusion that you're fearful of is the Medusa illusion. Obviously the Muerta still hurts, but not as insanely hard that it would do if they went Ags, which is such a heads up move by Sumil. Oh, Omar?
Dire's
They're gonna
middle
go
tower
in, but there's Noob, Arena. Doesn't interrupt the Fiend script though. However, Omar is gonna be just chilling over there. He doesn't even die. Chrono gets dropped onto GH. Sonegaze gets used as well. Hookshot's not gonna be able to save. Shiro's on the run, but they do manage to find 2. Tombstone is dropped, and Botch with the TP out of there around the corner. They will be able to disengage on the cores of Tidebound, but it would not surprise me if they just walk this top lane up. With that Aegis still on the Dusa, with the fact that Dusa's got Mjolnir now done, it's going Scotty's got Ags, everything. 3 minutes on the Aegis, I don't really see a good way that you can defend high ground. Oh, he's
Dire's
so
top tower
close.
is under attack.
He needs a little bit extra money. Mills Ags is now delivered as well, so he's got the big fat dead shot. A multiple hero dead shot, which is actually kind of cool, because if they have a
Tower is under attack.
Bane with Ags later, you can actually dead shot interrupt all the Fiend scripts.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
They know there's no chrono for 65. They're going for the Aegis pop attempt. Ghost is almost out of mana.
Radiant's
Now he's out of mana. The arena does get dropped. Ghost is still right-clicking away. Dead shot is great. Two-man fear, nothing to say. Hook shotted by Omar from downtown. 3 kills secured, and that is going to be the top set of racks, and maybe even more here.
Radiant's bottom tower
As Planet gets dragged back, still no Aghanim Scepter for the Grim.
Dire's top barracks has fallen. Dire's top barracks has fallen.
Lower bracket run. Let's go.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's middle barracks are under attack. Dire's middle barracks. Dire's middle barracks.
Well, that's 2 sets of racks. Are they going to go for the finisher? There is a chrono available. And Ghost still has the Aegis for about 50 seconds. Damn. Shiro just took like a gazillion damage in a split second. Oh, it looks like Nigma's gonna back off. 2 sets of racks. They don't want to risk losing this game. This ridiculous advantage they have, 19k, 27 minutes. But it does give time for Planet to get the Ags. I mean, even if you get the Ags, the problem with playing against Deuce is the fact that Deuce just split shots the illusions down very quickly. Same with Muerta, but on the other side, the supports on Enigma Galaxy can die pretty quickly as well. Off of the back of it. Noob going for a refresher. And because they're spell immune, they can just run through the arena. That's kind of cool. GH going for the Ags. Has the Aeon Disc, the Aether Lens as well. I mean, once he gets Ags, he gets Blink. And then he just, every single time someone gets chronoed, yeah, Blink save. No. Time is of the essence. Oh, wait. Patience is a virtue? I don't know. Some of those. God, that damage, nothing to say, just takes. Full Scotty done as well. They do have Ags on Planet, but he also needs to get close enough in range to create those illusions.
Dire's bottom tower.
Epicenter burrow in, Soulbind. They're trying to get a connection. Ghost does have his HP drop in low. Phoenix Egg does get dropped in the middle of everything. And the Sun Ray as well. Stone Gaze on Shiro. He's stunned up. His Chrono is wasted. Planet on the side is dead. Looking for Shiro. Trying to disengage. Gets the leap just barely, but will die to Samil's dead shot from miles downtown. Double buyback coming out from Tidebound, but this is definitely going to be Megas. Ghost is almost out of mana, but it doesn't really matter. Batch held in play Shiro. Ghost is a little bit spooked by Shiro in that position. They will still find the dieback, and it looks, ladies and gentlemen, like, yep, there we have it. Tidebound is eliminated. We get to the playoffs, and the Chinese team gets taken down 2-0. I think 2-0 yesterday, 2-0 today. Did they get 2-0 yesterday? I can't remember if they even played yesterday. But nonetheless, Nigma Fat Boy Galaxy. I actually had them in my daily predictions that Tide would beat Nigma, but fat juicy props to them.
A game of this length, but not the case this time for New. But they pick 3 of the same heroes NGX does as game number 1, and they still, Tidebound has no answers.
Yeah, it just seems, I mean, it is unfortunate, right? Tidebound had a great start to the series, now on the big stage, 0-4, not how you want it to go out.
Let's hear from the king.
I think we should. Samael, what did you guys figure out? Because this looked so clean from you guys.
We had some calm issues yesterday and a bit of nerves maybe. First stage series, but we had good talks last night and this morning.
We were not your kind.
I think turned out well.
It was a good game.
I mean, you've been on the main stage of TI loads of times now, but what about your teammates that haven't? How are they dealing with the TI pressure so well?
I think they're fine now. Maybe yesterday was a bit rough. I mean, even for myself, I still feel it, you know, especially the first games with this huge crowd and stuff like this. It's amazing, guys. It's amazing, to be honest. I love it.
Do you have any word for the fans out there in the audience who keep cheering so loudly for you?
It's always fun.
Yep, Barry's going to win. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
I do want to talk about your mid games as well, because Muerta mid, a little bit interesting from you. Where did this come from? Where did this Muerta mid idea come from?
I don't know. I just felt like there should be a new hero. everyone has their heroes. I figured I'd do why not Muerta, you know, with Dome.
It's very cool. It's looking really, really good, and it certainly got the best of Tidebound this time around. So, finally, now you move on once again. How do you feel playing in the lower bracket? How do you stop that getting to you?
I think we play better when we are on the verge of getting out, to be honest. So maybe it's better for us.
Famously so. Samel, thank you so much for coming to talk to me. Good luck. Hamburg, let's make some noise. The king is back to TI!
An absolutely massive fraud advantage arena here for Simel, for Enigma Galaxy, and I love it because I was going to say the same thing. I think Enigma Galaxy are a team that thrive against elimination. This lower bracket is where we're going to see them step up just another level. That's where they were doing so well in the road to the international playoffs, is against those eliminations. And here Smail's like, well, elimination, it's time to throw a new hero in the pool, develop his hero pool a little bit more.
That's how you win. I mean, we saw Heroic in the previous series as well, bringing in new ideas, new stuff, and that's exactly what the NGX did with this one. Double Muerta, double Clockwork as well coming up from Amar. It was very, very clear. This is just a complete stomp.
I think Sumail learned from Kuro that he's underplaying the Muerta on purpose because this is tech. Like, what he did in this game, in both games, was very significant because there's a lot of these melee mids that are being picked, and he
I mean, not gonna lie, I did think that Tidebound ended too high in the group
whenever
stage.
they cooked this, they cooked well.
I mean, it's also the way they did it yesterday, right? Because Omar played the hero yesterday, and he did really
And
well
that's
with
no
the hero,
disrespect to
and then they pick it again
Tidebound, but I
today, so you would
just,
think that,
in
it's gonna
general,
be a
thought that
support
they
lane, you know? And then it's
ended too high.
Before we talk much more about it and move on, of course, with Enigma Galaxy advancing here, it does mean we unfortunately have to say goodbye to Team Tidebound.
Yes, thank you, Nat. I am here with Bach of Team Tidebound. Very sorry to see you guys go out at this stage of the tournament, but Team Tidebound have had a fantastic year in many ways. What was the highlight of this year for you, thinking back to happier times?
非常遗憾，但是太棒这个赛季也有很多的高光时刻。对你自己来说，过去这一年最高光的时刻是什么呢？
最高光时刻肯定是在水如意拿冠军吧，那个是我们就是这队第4个冠军嘛，对。
Our highlight has to be our win in PVision. It was our team's first win, and it was very memorable.
Wonderful. These games seem to be a lot faster than they were in the road to TI. Is that something that you struggled to adapt to, the games being so much faster here on the main stage?
正在舞台上的比赛跟 TI 之路的比赛相比起，会节奏快很多，是没有适应呢，还是你觉得对你们有
I don't
影响
understand
吗？
this bonus stage. Is it
我
literally
觉得
just
主要是
farm
我们
gold?
自己做的不是很好吧，感觉在当前版本就是如果打得够好的队伍。自己打的阵容体系够完整，然后失误够少的话，比赛还是会比较强的。然后我们这几把失利主要都是自己做的不够好吧。
I believe it was because we didn't deal with it properly. For stronger teams who would have a better, well-rounded strategies and less mistakes, they would have dealt with it better. So I think it was more on us.
I see. So what do you think changed between the road to TI section when you guys looked so dominant to now? Was it just the speed of the game,
But it
or
is
struggle to adapt
exactly
to the
how it
changing
should be,
in the
Felix.
meta, maybe?
相比起 TI 之路的比赛，
Tiny
你
AO
觉得是没有适应节奏呢，还是有其他的原因呢？
我觉得是经过这几
I
天
don't
调
understand
整，
this
每个
bonus
队伍
stage,
都
and
有一
I'm
些
getting really bored with it.
自己新的打法和理解吧。就比如说刚才他们的中单奶绿，然后我们就是没有，我们还是在玩一些之前比较老的东西，然后对对面没有做出很好的针对吧，对。
I believe it's because a lot of teams have adapted to new strategies.
What do you mean
They're
I'm
bringing out
joking?
more new stuff to the table, and we're still playing strategies from before. So I think it's because we didn't have anything new on the table.
I'm sorry to hear that. Do you have any words for the fans here in the arena and back home who have been cheering for you guys, have been supporting you guys throughout the year and here?
有没有任何可以跟粉丝这一整年来支持你的粉丝，在家里或者在现场，有什么想对他们说的吗？
首先很感谢大家一直这一年对我们的
Yeah,
支
but
持。
like I'm watching the
很遗
stream.
憾，这个比赛我们就走到这里了。这个确实比较难过吧，因为我们一开始也是 冲着更高的目标来的。然后，这个比赛还是很棒的，我自己也很享受这个比赛。然后就希望这个比赛之后一切顺利，然后大家也能继续享受这个比赛。
No, I want to show the stream on my stream.
Year's support. I do really enjoy playing on this stage, and I think it's a great tournament. We came in expecting to do better. Unfortunately, we didn't do that. However, for the remaining of this tournament, I do hope that everyone continues to enjoy the event and see some great Dota.
Wow, Bak, fantastic answer. Thank you so much. You are a Dota legend.
God,
it's a
this
privilege
is such
to
a
talk
useless
to you.
mode.
And we're very sorry to see you go out. So thank you for the interview, and back to the panel.
Thank you so much, Pyrian and Bak as well. Even in a moment of sadness for him, he's still wishing everyone's going to continue watching, having a lot of fun at this international, see some good Dota. And I'm sure whilst he's sad with his result deep down, he wants to see XG, go on, carry that torch for China. And
I mean, there's no one, like, they forcing me to pick. I love them both, bro. It's very simple.
Or Fabian/Bak here, it's just not going to happen. An unfortunate loss.
Nah,
yeah, that was a very, very Bak interview. Always thinking of
I'm curious to see how that's gonna go.
Legend. And I think
it's gonna be a lower bracket run.
Like I really do think that they've surprised a lot of people. Like,
for
the whole year, they were the team that like in
Xtreme.
China would do like okay, but then when they were competing on an international stage, they would do better than the other Chinese teams. Like, they were the international guys. So theirs were some of the disappointment ones, but top 8 is still incredible. Like this is unexpected results from the region in general. Of course, when you're a TI winner, you always want more, but they lost to an incredible opponent today too.
They did, and also when we look at teams that have already gone out on the road to the international, there is something to be said. Making top 8 is just a feat.
I wouldn't
in itself.
necessarily
To play on
immediately
the
say
stage
that they
twice
won
is
against
a
an
massive
incredible
feat as
opponent.
well.
Like,
And
they
it is
played
game
really
number
well,
2,
but
keep
Nigma
going the way
before
of Nigma
TI
Galaxy.
was
We
not
wanna focus
even
on them
in
and
the
just
running
how
of,
their
like,
journey is on the way that they could make this work.
the
Two very
consideration.
chance when it comes to TI. Not having nerves now that they're playing their second series on the stage. This game number 2 was a big one. Seeing Sumail rotating a lot, helping those side lanes as well. Someone who's very familiar with how to play this mid-mortar, apparently, Winter.
I mean, it's definitely new tech for me. I've never seen it, but I could understand why it's really good right now with the Helm of Dom. And it kind of also punishes a lot of the melee heroes where you just lose the lane really, really hard against the Moeta, and she becomes this monster where the hero generally before wins the lane, but he doesn't take your tower. But now he wins the lane and he kills your tower with the Helm. So it's extremely difficult to play.
Yeah.
And right now we see here's the first rotation. He wins his lane, he kills his tower, and then he moves to the side lanes to start being useful and ganking the enemy carry.
It's kind of like a Lycan mid in that way, I guess, or like a Beastmaster mid that you can move to lanes and pressure, and you can pressure your lane as well, or like a Broodmother mid. It's some really weird mix of playstyles where I agree, like maybe this is something that will turn out to after TI ends, like people consider overpowered because you have this lane dominator that, hey, also can apply pressure.
Yes. Omar cooked pretty hard in this fight. I think he's slightly underrated member of the team. We're not mentioning him enough, but his clockwork performance in game number 1 was top tier. In the second game, he even did it better, like keeping them inside of the cogs, making sure that they're not dying, and also Sumail really pushing the limits.
I mean, noob and GH combination there in game 1, in game 2 was nuts.
Well,
It was just a beautiful execution.
Full team play execution. S tier.
Yeah, we're saying sometimes the drafts, even if it's just a slight outdraft, that's not enough. You really got to get in there. You got to make sure the execution is there. For Nigma Galaxy having those strong lanes, yesterday it wasn't converting into wins for them. This time around, it felt very flawless. I got to give it to the off lane just in general, not specifically Noob, but the combo of Noob and Amar, because Amar on his clockwork was really something to be reckoned with here.
He definitely was. But Noob, I think this is also a player that is powering up with each game that they're playing, especially on the main stage. Like yesterday, he had some really good performances as well. But this performance on Mars specifically, they picked it
because
up
it's a bonus stage. I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do here, but it's boring as hell.
He's going to be able to think. They're pretty much using every
They're
single
flowers that
on
don't
top
do
of him
anything.
except for the grip and initiation onto GH. He gets the egg off in the last millisecond, and he's going to be protecting him with the arena so they don't see inside, and also making sure that he's using that Yule Scepter, making sure that GH Nova is going to explode. And he's playing a bit of a, like, look at his understanding of the game. Knows exactly when Sank is going to go in, so he goes back and he's going to be ready to round up another round of spells, making sure that they could get another kill.
This fight is a perfect example of why you should play as a unit in Dota and how strong it is. Because first, GH saves Noob with the Solar Crest when he's getting gone on with the Chronosphere. And then because Noob is alive, he can use the Yules at the last
to
possible
return that
second.
favor.
He returns the favor immediately. Like, this is why you play together in team fights.
It's a big one there. It's something that I also think is being leaning favorites to other teams as well.
Yeah.
It's something that's really hard to break apart when a team gets ahead in these lanes, when they start working together as a five, even as a trio that we talked about was important. How do you break that apart? Was there really a fighting chance against something like this?
I think it comes down to the team fight, right? And I already mentioned that one thing I got really worried about Team Taiwan is they have 3 melee cores into a Phoenix Egg, right? And it's going to be difficult no matter what when you have that type of setup against the Phoenix Egg. So in that regard, I think maybe some of the fights they could have dealt with it much better, but it was always going to be difficult from the get-go unless they somehow manage to snowball and get a lead from the laning phase and then play from there.
How do we deal with this from Muerta going forward? Because now it's a big target on his back. Sumail potentially bringing that out at any point. Maybe even other mid laners trying to tempt their fate with it too.
They might. We're seeing the others copying the strategies, trying to improve them. This monkey position 4, suddenly 9 class is bringing it to another level with the skeletons blocking the camps as well. Now Sumail brings his Helm to Dominator Muerta mid, and we might be seeing it just banned against him because the hero is doing way too much. So it's not just the hero, but it's the combination between the two and the way he's playing it, how confident he's playing the hero, so you just might need to remove it.
And it's also the style, right? I think it seems like you want to pick a hero in mid that can win the lane and then buy Helm, kill the tower, and you want the supports to follow you all the way so you take control of the map from the start. You know? I think that seems like it's really, really strong right now, and it punishes teams that pick really mid heroes.
This is my
happy,
question.
Amonkira?
It's not about Muerta, but it's about what other mids can do that playstyle. Because that playstyle seems like the counter to the current set of heroes that are being played in mid.
This is basically what we had a couple of years ago when people were buying Necro 1 on every single hero, pretty much. Arc Warden with Necro 1, but you don't want to upgrade it. Same goes with the Helm of the Dominator. You do not want to upgrade it unless you're playing Lycan, unless you're playing Beastmaster. And we're trying to figure out like which is the best hero, really pushing the limits of the strategies, and which heroes can use it the best.
Everyone's adapting, everyone's pushing things to the limit, whether it's item builds,
for
hero
the meme,
picks,
but I was fully
exactly what
expecting
is
to
going on.
sacrifice my
Eliminations are done for today. We're only halfway through. We still have 2 more series to happen here at Barclays Arena. Before we jump on into them, though, we're going to check in with Tsunami and Slacks down on the stage.
Absolutely, my friends. How are we doing, Hamburg? All right. Now, you guys have been watching a lot of Dota games here, obviously, and you might have seen many interesting items, the worst of which, of course, is Helm of the Dominator. We're all sick of this item, of course. What can you do? But I decided to test today if Helm of the Dominator is as good in real life as it is in-game. So we're going to play a little game. Tsunami, my friend, we have gotten 6 victims here today, and we have designed for them Helms of the Dominator, all right? We got 3 creeped here and 3 humans. Now, creeps, please put on your helms. Thank you so much. First, we have Lil Booglet, my man. Then we got Dark Troll Summoner right here, and then we got Centaur Conqueror. Here is the game, my friends. I will be in the center of the arena. Humans, heroes, you must direct your controlled creeps to me. Whoever gets to me first wins. However, if 2 dominated creeps meet on the field of battle, they must fight each other for 3 seconds with their frilly little hands. All right? Tsunami, spin our wonderful neutral creeps. Spin, walk them around. Now, crowd, I do need your help as well. If any one of these creeps makes it near me, I need you to make it completely impossible for them to hear their heroes. There we go, Booglet, spin around. So, if little Booglet makes it close, I need you guys to cheer in the audience. Booglet, Booglet, Booglet. Can I hear it right now, please? There we go. If Troll gets too close, I need Troll, Troll, Troll. And if Centaur gets too close, I need Centaur, Centaur. All right. Neutral creeps, are you ready? Let's see. Oh, spin that Centaur, spin that sickle Centaur. All right, neutral creeps, are you ready? Thumbs up. Oh, they're really confused. They don't even know. They can't even hear that. All right. Humans, heroes, are you ready? Okay, on the count of 3, whoever gets to be first gets the wonderful prize. In 3, 2, 1, let's play some Dota, baby!
Let's get started. We're making movements.
Neutral
fight. Hold on now. We're shuffling, we're microing, they're looking, they're searching feverishly. Poor Centaur here. What are you, Falcons level micro? You're just standing there right now. Hold on. We gotta have a neutral fight. Neutral fight.
Yes!
Fight!
Okay.
They're on the prowl. They're on the hunt. I saw some contact.
That's slight contact.
You are so evasive right now. Poor Dark Troll Summoner trying to rally some skeletons off in the distance. The Boglet hoping to evolve one day. And we got another neutral fight. Neutral fight.
Okay.
I feel like we're getting close.
We are.
Little Boglet is on the prowl.
Okay.
He's hunting. He's circling. He's tripping and falling. The
Boglet! Yeah, man! Congratulations, little Boglet. Any words to the audience?
That was stressful, man. Holy shit.
Here is your prize.
Yeah, man!
Congratulations! Falcons, okay! And I got you a prize too, somewhere. Here, you can have that.
Thank you. Thank you very much, heroic fans! Heroic!
Thank you, my loser creeps. We all can't dominate like the rest. What can you do? Thank you so much, everybody. We'll get back to the game soon.
Thank you very much, Sir Action Slacks, and the Creeps, and the Helm of the Dominator Carriers, and Tsunami, of course, as well. They're on stage. It is time for the second half of the day. We've had 2 series with elimination on the line, and for now, we can rest easy. Nobody else is going home today. It's time for some upper bracket semifinals. And to talk all about that, I'm joined by Kezu, Tigov, and Effie. Effie, we're going to jump right into our upcoming first semifinals. We got PVision, we got Xtreme Gaming. Are you excited?
I'm so excited. I mean, the lower bracket was really fun, but here is where we're going to decide the top 3. And a lot of the teams yesterday really showed what they're made of, and who I personally think will be in the grand finals is one of the 2 teams in this series.
Ooh, you're not going to say bias?
You have to tell me which one.
Come on.
Don't put me on that. Okay, I'm going to say it. I think PVision will be in the grand finals.
What? Okay,
That's interesting, because I can go be the counter one, because I have XG winning this one and them going into the finals. I think even like through
XG winning the whole thing.
Yeah, like going through the upper bracket, but I will agree. Also, yesterday I feel like a lot of games were actually 2-0. Same with today. I'm expecting this one to go the distance, because at TI, and especially at this stage of TI, you don't know what's going to happen. Like, who shows up better, who's in better form? Are you going to get some double damage runes when other people are not? Like, it's a lot about just the form that you show up in today.
I feel like this has to be the closest series we have today. Yeah. Like, we've already had one-sided series in the morning. When you have XG and PVision, you've got XG, Arme chasing his Aegis, you've got PVision, the creativity, a lot of like first-timers. Like, this has to be like the closest series of the day.
Yeah, and one thing that's going to make it very close is how obviously all the players perform, and we want to put our attention a little bit more on 2 players in particular, Kezu, in the support duo of Xtreme Gaming.
No, absolutely. Like, these 2 supports, they're so damn good. Like, first of all, they're incredible, like, in their own, like, the items they buy, what they do. Like, here, this is just some, like, some normal stats, average stuff, just like their devs. But I just want you guys to remember their faces for the clip that we're about to watch. And you're going to have to bear with me. This is somewhat of a longer clip. This is from the Road to TI, Game 2. They needed to make a comeback here on XG, and they did. This Rax is 1 blast away from dying, and it's Mega Creeps. So, this is how it starts. And pay attention to the spell usage. First, Disruption here is going to dodge the RP from Amar. So this is how the fight starts. Sync you, Disruption save, super good. The Lincolns and Lotus also already reflected the first roar on Ame.
because our eyes are on Ame and what the supports do. X-Nova in this fight also leaps in and out. He's going to Lotus and Lincolns him again. He's going to reflect the Abyss of Blade. He feeds him 2 Lotus Orbs. He has a 4-staff from Jinku into a secondary disruption, while Ame is on super low HP. Now X-Nova runs in again. He gives him a second greater healing Lotus, because people were like, wow, you know, Ame, he's so good. He gets to man-fight this Lifestealer. But actually, in reality, it's about how they all play together. It's the spell usage, it's the items, it's the small things, how they kite in and out to actually come back in this game. There's very few teams that would have won this fight, let alone even made a comeback in this game to win it.
The critical thing is, Ame is averaging the 2nd most kills per game, right? He's getting nearly, what, 9 kills per game. He's going to the crazy spots of the map. He's doing the thing that will allow him to shine. And if his supports aren't there, if his off-lane mid aren't backing him up, it will look like Ame just beating it out of position. So if the rest of his team is understanding the aggression he requires, they're backing him up. They understand it. That's why they're doing so well.
Yeah, and the cool thing about Ame is he doesn't really have a particular archetype of hero that works for him. It feels like everything does. He can play the Helm of the Dominator carry if he needs to, with his Anti-Mage or his Void. He can play for the ultra late game if he needs to, with his Medusas and whatnot. Like, he's almost a perfect carry, I would say, in this tournament.
And
you can count on him in any situation.
Yeah, and yesterday he busted out the Klings. It's a hero we didn't see. Sure, you had the Slaughter to like amp him up, and I saw it in pubs, but again, like you're saying, he can play anything, he can do any build, he can play for any timing. Just S tier player.
Yeah, and all the players here, TGAV, are also very experienced in playing on the main stage of the International.
Yeah, it's been kind of a long time coming for them to find success story. For XG at least, we've got 7 TIs attended for Ame, including this one. For XM, sure, it's only 2, but it started in 2017. Like, they've had such long careers, yet to get the Aegis. And if there ever was a chance for them to lift it, it feels like the form that they're in, the way that they're playing, there is a chance that for all these players with multiple TI attendances, this could be their one.
It could be their one, and on the flip side, I mean, there's a lot of experience on the side of Xtreme Gaming, Effie, but then if we take a look at PVision, it's a bit of a different story.
Yeah, I mean, you do have your veterans, of course, and No One and DM, who are no strangers to TI, but we've also got Satanic, 9-class, and Ducalis, who are almost fresh, you know? And it's a bit odd to think about, because Ducalis is one of the names we've seen in professional Dota forever, like floating from tier 2 team to tier 2 team, you know, having his stint in tier 1 and finally finding his place here. This could be the year for these players as well.
Yeah, and I do want to point out, no, Satanic did not play when he was, I don't know, 6? I can't do the math very fast. It was actually 2023 for his first recorded results rather than 2013, which obviously he's one of the youngest players here at 17.
That would be really cool, actually. That would be cool.
Yeah. I mean, but his age, like, it's crazy.
17? Damn.
Like, having, you know, playing at TI, like, already, what, top 6 secured, like, it's incredible. And to go back to the graphic we saw, like, on XG, you have 3 players who got 2nd place at TI before. It's Ame, who I think he did it twice. You have Jinku and Xnova, who also played 2nd before. Like, these are players that have been this close, and this time, I think, like you were saying, this could be the run.
You also have an XXS who placed 4th, I believe, with Team Aster.
Yeah. Like, they have really high placements.
They have really high placements. They also have a very high-skilled opponents in PVision for this time. Because when we're looking at PVision and the games they have played, Effie, it seems that they have a large arsenal of heroes to pick from.
Yeah, not even heroes. I wanted to point you guys towards their styles in particular, because PVision are a team that aren't locked to one particular style. They can play almost everything. And so I just divided into 3, simple categories that you can look at for this TI, but they've got the standard drops, team fight, combos that make sense. Nothing special coming out, no last pick heroes that will catch anyone off guard. Then you've got their surprise factor. Their cheese, if you will. Sometimes they'll get the last pick Tinkers, the last pick Brood Mothers, completely catch their team off guard. And then their last one is, of course, the Satanic or Carry category, where their last pick is a hero, he plays an anti-mage, he wins the game.
I mean, I'm like super happy with what they're doing. Like, even in one of the first days of TI, I saw their matches with like the Phosphor Alchemist with the Tinker, pulling him an axe. It got me really excited because we don't see it that often where teams break the meta, at least early on at TI. So this team, I love how they play and pick.
Yeah, and it's going to be very interesting to see them here on the main stage, because I'm sure they have studied each other and they have something in store for each other that we're going to find out very soon. Before we do so, though, it is, of course, time to get the teams on stage.
We're back.
Xtreme Gaming!
Xtreme Gaming has not dropped a single series this international. It is the most dominant team, and at the moment they are on a fast track all the way to the top. At this point, you might be wondering who can possibly stop them. Well, potentially today, it might be their opponents. Let's welcome in PVision.
Hey, PVision!
Choose wisely and crush those responsible.
PVision is the team with the most LAN championships, LAN wins under their belt. They won in Bangkok, they won in Raleigh. The stage, it just amps them up. And yes, there are 3 first-timers here at TI, but it seems that it doesn't matter. It does not faze them, and if anything, it is helping them reach their full potential. Of course, still on the way to be some royal roaders here as well with them. We don't have a lot of those, Tito.
No, not at all. But the way that's kind of explained, he's so young, but he's averaging like 2 deaths per game. Like he's at TI, first TI, and he's just dominating. Highest GPM, 2 deaths per game. Like every stat you look at, it looks as if he's meant to be the veteran. It's like he's meant to be like the no one of the team.
He's so good. He's got that team spirit DNA.
Yeah.
Back from Yellow Submarine, where he's got the Yatoro energy, where he can put a game on his back if he needs to. But also, after he joined PVision, it feels like he's developed that early game aggression, that ability to cheese. He's blossomed into his own player, where I do think he can finally put an end to those comparisons.
Yeah, like I've seen a lot also in like a lot of the vlogs that they post. Like he has a pretty good bond with No One, who of course is the veteran of the team.
Completed the stage.
He's like, yo, guy, like, yo, bro, after this game, like, you need to chill it out a bit, like, control your emotions. Let's do this more next time to, like, you know, just rally him and make sure it's correct. But I agree with you guys. Like, this guy, it's probably the best for you to be the maybe more so cocky carry player because you're young, you're going to the TI stage, you're going up against incredible players. Like, you need to just focus on yourself. And this guy, if there's one thing he's got, it's confidence.
It helps that PVision have such a clear understanding of what they want to do on the map, right? They are the team which buys, I believe, still 100% of Helmet Dominator in every game because they respect map play, they respect how to push on a catapult wave, they want the creep to be able to kind of push the side lane whilst they're playing elsewhere. Like everything they do on the map enables the creativity. If their map play was weak, then them picking a Tinker carry and having an out support, it would look atrocious. But that is why they're so dominant. And for Xtreme, they need to try and find a way to break that confident map play that PVision often have.
Or match it themselves, right?
Sure.
They've got the ability to play tempo themselves. We've seen Ame on Anti-Mage pick up Helm of the Dominator. We've seen XM play a co-op that just so heavily focused on killing side lanes. They're capable of doing it themselves.
Yeah, I also feel like we have to address the support duo on the side of PVision. We talked about Xtreme Gaming already, but Nineclass and Ducalis are such a unique pair, Kazu, with unique heroes coming out.
Like, for sure, like, Nineclass is maybe, like, the most, like, this is kind of what people expect from the post-4. It's like the most free role in terms of what you can do. You walk around, you know, like people like to make this anecdote of you have this dog chasing a ball, you just gotta let him do what he wants. And I think they do it really well. The map play that you guys talked about, it's Nineclass, it's what he does. And Ducalis, I feel like he's just
what
very
kind of
stable.
cake you got?
People have
Also,
just
did you
even
get
popped
food?
it to
No, I'm
ABC.
gonna.
When the game starts,
I'm
you
gonna
go
do it
here, you
after
smoke it
dinner.
45 seconds, you take this route, you get the first blood. Like these guys, they know what they're up to.
But if you
God,
also
this
put
loud.
Nineclass with a different offlaner, Nineclass
I changed it up and I instead decorated the house with like
if DM was a weaker offlaner and then
stuff
Nineclass
for
goes
the
to make all these moves,
misses.
then DM will have a struggle. A different offlaner will have a struggle
What
with
am I
time. They won't feel like they're capitalizing it. So like you need a
fuck
good offlaner.
are those cats
for
doing?
Nineclass to become the S tier 4.
Oh, absolutely, I agree with that.
Are they just randomly walking across the map? Okay.
Paralleled on Xtreme.
Good to know.
When you have a 4 like Zincu, who's very similar to Nineclass in the sense that he has his own idea of what he wants to do. In that early game, sometimes he will completely sack his offlane. He'll play for his own game. He'll play very greedily. Having an offlaner like XXS, who is very stable and has experience playing with these really greedy Chinese carries, he can do a lot with a little.
Oh, I
They're
don't
probably
have
the
cat
2+4
upgrade.
guys
That's
who like
sad.
share the least tangles in lane or like invest the least money to like actually help the guy. Because yeah, they're gonna play for their own stuff, you know, but they just make it happen. And like T was saying, like DM's hero pool and the way he wants to play, your Venos, your Necros, Beast Masters, they free up your 4 pretty nicely. And I feel like DM, he has a good experience of playing with people who maybe don't help him too much. So yeah, he's pretty happy with what's happening.
I want to say, though, that while we do talk about PVision support duo and how they're a bit, you know, specific or unusual, people forget that they can play normal heroes, too. Like, sometimes you think, oh, okay, what crazy 9-class hero is coming out, and he's just a Snapfire or something. Like, that can still happen, where you're prepared for these Slarks and these Alchemists to come out, and instead they're just going to pick a stable offlane hero, and that could change your plans.
Can I, for the love of God, please get like
9-class is probably
any
the player,
more
like,
attack
if you try
spells?
to predict what hero he's gonna pick, like you just can't get it. You should play like some 9-class bingo, like 9-class picks pudge, like you get it off the road and like do some other stuff. Because this guy, I don't know where he cooks up his hero picks. I think it has a lot to do with Astini, like they share and then he tries it in low MR pods and like then takes it there. So I think it's a really cool dynamic also.
You just have to find a line of where does the respect become a detriment of your draft, right? And when you go to PVision, if you over-respect 9-class, if you overthink like oh, Satanic going to play the Brood or a Tinker, then sure, your draft's going to crumble. I think we've seen it already with the teams where they don't respect the kind of the integrity of their own lineup, right? With Igma, with Tidebound, they kind of go a little bit too crazy in the draft. For Xtreme, they have to draft for themselves and respect the playstyle that will come. Don't try and draft for PVision. If we see that today, that's when PVision, has the upper hand.
Yeah, so far I feel like Xtreme, I mean, they have not dropped a single series.
Yep.
They have very much played their own playstyle time and time again. It doesn't seem like
This is a weird character. You a fan of Zucchini Cake? Bro, no. Nobody in the fucking world is a fan of Zucchini Cake.
They just do it exceptionally well.
I think the main difference for Xtreme is, even from the interview you just had from Buck, is from Road to now, they feel like they've had another change of pace. They're a slightly different team. Like they're going for Winter Wyve and they have their clean play. They've shown that development that I think both teams are going to have to be ready for something new in this series.
I mean, for me too, I think there's a lot of like really cool things to do. For me, XM and XXS, I feel like they've stepped it up tremendously. Not that they were bad before, but they're like incredibly S tier now. Like they buy like Lotus Orbs and they reflect Dooms, they refresh their Lincolns to block Dooms, and like, all the stuff they do. But I do feel like, for me, they're still one of the favorites, but I did see some cracks in their armor yesterday when they played against Tundra. They weren't super clean. Of course, they cleaned it up. They got the 2-0 win, but it's the first time where I saw them like more vulnerable than the earlier days.
I agree. I thought their first game in particular versus Tundra showed that early game vulnerability that they were known for a couple of years ago. Oh, this team might play a little bit slower. They might play for later timing, and we can exploit that. We can out-network them. And that's what happened in their game 1 versus Tundra. But they found that comeback, right? With that discipline, they were able to pull off the high ground defense into ultimately winning the game.
Yeah, if we talk about yesterday's series, it was a 2-0 against Tundra for Xtreme. How can we learn from the series that PVision had yesterday against Heroic? Another 2-0. It felt maybe a little bit easier of a route to this point than Xtreme had, or was that more a result of PVision just being extra prepared?
It's fair to say that because the series versus Tundra for XG felt closer than the score looked, whereas the PVision one was smooth sailing.
Does this guy have... No, the Bone doesn't have a skeletal upgrade.
Did so much for them, and maybe that's something that can be learned from XG today. They could look at what they want to do with the Monkey King. Do they want to try to take it for themselves, address it within the draft, or just let 9-class have it?
I think critically in game 2, PVision had 3 cores that had lane dominating aspects. TA, lane dominator. Phoenix in the offlane in correct matchups, lane dominator. Queen of Pain, lane dominator. Map early game, and that is the thing. XG, we want them to see scaling and a bit more time to feel like they come online. So if PVision come into this draft with 3 cores that break lanes, armies on the back foot, and we don't get to see that pop-off potential from the mid lane on XG, we could see some problems. And yeah, I think respect the aggression from the cores of PVision.
Yeah, like one thing that I could see that XG could take away from yesterday also is that PVision, more than any other team, I think they play off of map and vision. Like, that's why they love the Dominator so much. Push the waves, get yourself the vision going on. But also, they are quite greedy in terms of their offlane. Like, if I'm Xtreme Gaming, you could look to craft a Disruptor Ursa lane, for instance, against, you know, the Monkey King 4, the Slark 4, the Pudge 4. Like, they don't do much there, so maybe there's something they can take into it. But yeah, if we look at, like, the hero pool comparison, there's a lot of, like, teamfight and also offlane focus when it comes to Xtreme Gaming. Like, Mars has looked incredible in all of these games.
I see stability on the left, and I see chaos on the right.
But for stability, I love what you said about the Mars. I was thinking that XXS has not been talked about enough because he has had some ridiculous Mars performances this TI. And that is the hero that I want to see him play today, especially if he's going to get sacked. Whatever, just play for Yule's Blink, play make. Be that stable hero for your team.
No,
Be that guy that anchors the fight.
Yeah, and like people, they seem to be playing it so well. Like you have these fours that just give you all the damage, you lane well. And I mean, XXS's Mars for years has been famous for, you know, the correct builds, the correct items, doesn't feed, just very, very stable players. And their TI not being able to like kill your opponents or you miss smoke ganks, it really gets to you.
That is quite the career indeed. I mean, it's one of the players that we haven't touched upon yet that much.
Maybe I should have gotten the Laurel, I think.
We want to always talk about him a lot. And we are going to talk about him a lot, probably in the heroes that he's getting, and also, of course, his counterpart in XM in the upcoming series. But if we want to continue talking about the upcoming series, we should start talking about that first game.
Xtreme Gaming versus PVision. Game 1.
Here we go. We got Xtreme Gaming on the Radiant side for our opening match. We got PVision Dire, and it is first pick going the way of Xtreme. And I do still want to touch upon that mid lane a little bit, T-Gov, because it is a very interesting matchup. We have a lot of stuff happening on the side lanes, and that's why we talked about it so much, because that's where maybe the unusual things happen, but also that's where the Ame versus Satanic happens. We got the position 4s that are interesting to talk about, but mid, it feels like they got fairly stable mid laners going for themselves.
Yeah, extremely traditional from both XM and No One. They want to be the playmakers, they're playing the spirit heroes, they're playing, you know, the odd shaker, or, you know, they just want to be part of the team, part of the game. And of course, when you think about those type of players, it then goes back to the side lanes, unfortunately, where it's how well do they go? Do the supports get freed up? Can they then activate these mid laners that want to be on every rune making the moves? And I love the bans from XG. The fact they go for the Enigma and the Phoenix ban, both off laners for DM, but they're the off laners that make the opponent draft.
Starting soon?
Enigma,
yeah, they're starting the
If
draft.
you have Phoenix, do you have Dispel or some type of healing from your...
I saw a Slark. I think that's a Slark +4.
PVision's turn to pick.
The moves, and I love the bans from XG. The fact they go for the Enigma and the Phoenix ban, both off laners for DM, but they're the off laners that make the opponent draft for that hero specifically. Like if you pick Enigma, do you have wave clear? If you have Phoenix, do you have Dispel or some type of healing from your support to survive the lane? So get rid of them. Don't force Ame to play a single hero.
Oh, here it comes.
Here it comes.
I mean, it looked good this tournament. Like, Slark has seen a lot of nerfs over the last few months, especially after 4 Slark became so popular because of PVision. But this is the one team that didn't really give up on it, regardless of the nerfs. With this hero, you can just play for superior vision, play for D-wards, play for that superior movement during nighttime. Yesterday, I think they ran a Slark plus Night Stalker to capitalize on vision. Maybe they could look towards doing the same.
Yeah, for sure. And it's just like what they want to do. Like they know that, you know, the offlane, it's not necessarily designed to win. You just get your stuff, then, you know, in the mid game, that's where it really kicks in, the D-warding, the vision. Like you mentioned, like that is what they're going to play through. I do feel like Xtreme Gaming, you mentioned the bans, I'm also completely on board. I think it makes the Undying a lot better. Maybe for PVision, there is a route also where you could flex the Slark. I think most likely not, but again, it is something that they value a lot. Maybe it's very low chance for it to happen, but you cannot disrespect it at this level of play.
Let's see what is coming afterwards, because with these openings, not much that either team is giving away yet. We have seen the Undying in the hands of XXS, very successful. We've seen 9class be very successful on his Slark. Not unexpected heroes, but also not heroes that you could really know what route the draft is taking. We got an Evoker ban and we got a Medusa ban coming out for Xtreme.
All right. On.
5 seconds remaining.
Thank you. Yes. Undying in the offlane, right? No stun, it's no control. Therefore, the Slark is going to feel like he has the free game, right? The ability to just run around, do what he wants, like you already mentioned. But that then gives Satanic more time. Because the Slark support, even if his lane presence isn't the strongest, pulling waves, kind of opening XP for his offlane, when you do want to go D-ward, it's an extra 20, 30 seconds of
walk over
Slark's
that?
here, gotta wait 1 second, hold up. And then Satanic's like, thank you for that extra wave I farmed indirectly because of what Slark is doing. So XG, they need more control and a way to get rid of Slark quickly to then find Satanic.
On that note, I wonder to what extent do they want to address the Slark, because there are heroes that are good versus Slark that they play. The Leshrac, for example, on XM is something they could run. He's been popping off on that hero. You get that early blink, you punish this hero. You could also choose to address it from the support role with a Disruptor. That hero is a popular pick versus Slark as well. You glimpse back into the Static Storm. I don't think you want both. That would be over-addressing or over-correcting.
I mean, it's like something I haven't seen enough against PVision. They play these like more volatile options, but I haven't seen someone just like double down on this lane. Like you get this Disruptor Ursa, Disruptor Edge, like whatever, you know, 18 pick your carry,
Uber
set it
driver
with the 5, because you know this is most likely the Slark 4 who's going to
does it actually pay?
Get themselves a snap. Solid
it always feels whenever I took an Uber, like the payment is very small.
I actually have XM in my fantasy, and I get 90% more fantasy points if it's a blue hero. So I do hope it's like a Leshrac or a Storm.
Wait, his Lesh is legit as hell. It's so good.
I mean, it's pretty good here. You see a Snap or a Slark, you don't really care. Just jump on them, kill them. Yep. Blue hero, please, XG.
7-0 record on Snap for Ducalis. I mean, that's also probably because there are so many other heroes people want to ban out against PVision that he gets his hands on it time and time again. But that is a phenomenal record as the most picked hero from the tournament. I don't know if it still is, but it was for a long time. The Disruptor coming out on the side of Xtreme.
Exceptionally good hero, right? The fact that you can, we even saw Katomi yesterday on BB. You get Mana Boots, Blink Dagger, into instant Aghanim. And then you keep kiting, you keep playing on Thunder Strikes, you're getting vision, you're slowing, you can then glimpse back. Like Slark, as we already mentioned, you want to go in, and then you kind of want to retreat. You want to kind of kite back the fight, buy time, provide information. You get no information. Disruptor will bring you back and kill you. So I think that the answer to Slark is done. Tick, move on. Now start trying to find other heroes to make your draft have good meaning.
Just a quick sidetrack is I remember during Dream Leagues that every time 9 class got countered by Disruptor, he would just carry iron branches in his inventory, and every time he was
can't hear you clearly.
He would just
Background sound
is
okay.
No
I'll just start screaming.
That, so I wonder if
I mean, we might. This guy knows his matchups because he pops these heroes like a billion times to actually try to make it happen. Rasta is quite interesting here. Shadow Shaman's not a hero we see too often. I feel like it was maybe during one of the more recent PGL Valakias, people played this Warlock Shaman, Undying Shaman quite frequently. It gives you like very good building and early roach because you drop the tomb, you drop the snake, and I mean, I guess overall it's a good laner. You have people that like bring it to you. You have the fight starter, so more push to back it up. I like it.
I don't know if they want to pick it yet, but it's becoming a very good PL game for PVision if they want to get it at some point. You don't care about Undying, Disruptor, Shaman. You just send illusions. Again, to pick it here with 2 then counter picks for XG might be a bit bold.
And then you would get your Leshrac on 18.
Then you get your Leshrac exactly, but like not now. But I want XG to start respecting it potentially in either the next pick or the 2 bans, as I'm already thinking that it's becoming a good game for Satanic to pull later in the draft.
Do you guys want to know what TL's win rate is this entire competitive season?
It's bad.
I looked
It's real
it up the other day. Of all the games played, it's like 18%.
Yeah.
That's atrocious.
So hopefully not that hero, but honestly, if there's a team that could make it work, it would be PVision.
Yeah, okay, so you get the Lycan and, okay, so the puck. So it's on XG to kind of decide, okay, what is more valuable for us? Do we need to close the phase with our mid against the puck, which this is a hero we've seen pop off a lot, especially by GPK, or do you want to do something against the Lycan? You want to like lock in a troll with your Disruptor, like play fast. I think these anti-mages, you don't really want to play that against the Lycan. There's the Ursa option if you want, or do we feel more like this should be the mid hero, for example?
I'm currently ordering dinner now.
It's the Static Storm, the Shaman jump, but to do that with the Lycan Wolf scouting you, the Slark scouting you, Puck jumping in and out, finding like ways to initiate the fight, XG need to have a really clean like pick off and play. But pick off and play against all of this wave push from PVision will be extremely difficult.
Well, that was a 100% win rate troll up until earlier today, but still an incredibly strong hero. How does it fit in here?
It's very strong. It's one of the OG counters to Lycan. You're playing with a Disruptor against a weak 4. You definitely have a recipe for success. You're gonna get an Aegis in this game because you have the Tombstone, because you have the Snakes. Troll is good at it too, so I think XG are quite happy. The problem still exists though, that T mentioned, the puck.
But at least they have a carry that can itemize to be the frontliner. You send him in first. What hard lockdown does PVision have to stop the troll hitting the ultimate, right? And he can stand his ground, which gives Disruptor Shaman a way to hide in the tree line, wait for the fight to develop.
Me and my girlfriend decided to order takeout today because we don't have too much time. We have to do quite a lot of things.
The forward-thinking player on the team.
because we're gonna do
way
hot
that I
pot, so we
see
gotta
this
get
topic is it
all the
kind of
food for it
solves
and stuff,
some of the
and
issues
we
that
also have to
XG
get
had,
new
because
clothes and
When
stuff.
I look at PV's draft and I see this Lycan plus Puck come out together, I think, okay, this Lycan will protect the Puck, because Puck is picked into 2 counters, Disruptor plus Shaman. These are heroes that have the catch to stop a Puck from popping off. But if you're playing against Lycan and he's throwing his summons at you and you're a Disruptor or you're a Shaman, what do? You don't have the freedom in a fight to lock down that Puck. But this Troll Warlord, if he shuts down Lycan in lane and just makes it so that his entry point into the game is later, then the Puck issue is solved by that, just by extension of Lycan not being able to create the space that the Puck needs.
Yeah, XG just need to hug each other. Yeah. Right? When you look at a 20-25 minute fight, it's be together with the vision, then they're going to look strong. If at any point they break away, have a weak formation, PVision will, of course, exploit it.
Yeah, actually, they definitely have this type of lineup where it's like they're going to dare PVision to come to them. Like, they're going to go to a tower, drop the snake, drop the tomb, Troll's going to start hitting, and then it's like, how do you answer?
Yeah.
And that's not the most ideal fight for a Lycan. He wants to like go on your back line, kind of snack on your supports, but they're very good at protecting each
Also,
other.
the white chocolate macadamia
So XG, they do need
cookie
an
is
XM
like
hero.
stupidly delicious.
I am enjoying their bans though. They're like, Satanic has a last pick, of course, on the side of PVision. Let's remove his Tinker and his Meepo just to not get anything unexpected out there. And it will be the Slardar coming out. The XM Slardar is a little bit of a classic.
Yeah, and it gives just good initiation to the fight, right? It's if Slardar finds hero with Troll, that's going to be a kill. Slardar plus Shaman with the ultimate from Shaman, another kill, right? It just gives ways to punish if PVision are split on the map. So I don't mind it. It is good scaling. Slardar very quickly can become tanky as well with the Aghanims and the BKB. He stands his ground. Yeah, it's a nice way to give XG late game potential and also survivability through the mid game, through pickoffs.
And the last time that XM played Slardar, he had a really interesting build. He went for Helm into Pipe, right? And I think that would be a great game to recreate that, because if you get that early Pipe, you're negating a lot of damage coming out of the snap and the Puck that PV are dependent on early game. And that Helm,
I am not really liking Xtreme's draft.
Yeah, Slardar to me is a little bit underrated, like, because I think he does very well, especially with this type of draft. Like Lycan, you amp him, he wants to run at you, he's not going to be able to stand his ground. So PVision, what do you want here for Satanic? Maybe some TB? Like, I still think they need high damage, like on the hero. You have a lot of heroes running in, sure, but you need to back it up with something.
We talked earlier about the tempo that we
Yeah,
saw
I'm going with
Does the Slardar
PVision.
It sets a high tempo, right? So that kind of solves the issue that they had yesterday against Sundra.
No, for sure. It lanes well against Puck. You have high armor, you have good damage, you're gonna be chilling, you're in the river, you're the type of hero your supports can play through. I mean, I must say, I love both drafts. I think PV found a very good last pick for themselves too. I'm maybe slightly leaning towards XG, because I just like this idea of the Disruptor with the Troll to shut down PVision, but they have what they always want with the map play.
I quickly want to correct, it was XXS that had that build on Slardar, not XM. So maybe from the mid Slardar, you don't want to see the Helm too early, maybe the blink into the Helm, but I would still love to see that come into play.
Yeah.
I just want to see this game get to like 30-40 minutes.
It will.
Like, XG with levels take great fights. PVision, as the game progresses...
Okay, why I like the draft more.
Fights can get quite difficult. So
There are a couple of reasons why.
And scaling will be really interesting to see. While XG is just kind of cruise control. As
Okay,
every
I'm gonna
minute ticks
quickly
over,
turn
they get
off
stronger
the
and stronger and
fucking
stronger.
Slay Inspire game.
I guess the one thing I would say is XG is dependent on their lanes going very well, and they've drafted good lanes for themselves, but if PV can somehow...
Okay, so I think the win rate of Troll is conflated as hell. So I don't think that, because it had a 100% win rate before today, well, it's not that strong of a hero. Second of all, they have shitty wave clear on Xtreme except for Troll. So Lycan is very annoying in a game where you can just backdoor the entire time with creeps. This is that same with Terrorblade. Like, they have to get rid of Terrorblade illusions. Shadow Shaman is decent at it, but for the most part, you're gonna be able to split push the map a lot, especially with the Puck added in. Granted, Puck can get caught. I also do think, yeah, you're gonna win that mid lane with the Slardar. You should win that mid lane with the Slardar. But the biggest thing that they need to do is lock down that TB, otherwise he goes wild. But if you catch him in the Static Storm kinetic field and Slark throws in his shard, you can't kill him. And the shard of Slark also completely destroys Troll Warlord in its entirety. Like, that shard, even though Slark is such a greedy +4, It is so good against a hero like Troll. And yeah, they have a lineup that blows up Tombstone quickly. The puck can be controlled, definitely. It's not the easiest game for no one. I do think that's their biggest weakness, is if he gets quickly caught, because, you know, Troll has, of course, the ensnare. You've got the shackles, you got the sunlock from the Slardar, and you got the disruptor. But you get like a Lincoln's Yule's blink on puck, and you tend to be uncatchable. Oh, they smoked up.
You fought well and true.
Bit of a delayed smoke up.
30 seconds to battle.
Ironclass lurking about, looking for anyone that gives him a freebie. But I don't think that's going to be the case.
The battle begins.
I'm actually curious about that thing. Oh, 3 foot the die side. Start things off with. But yeah, I mean, obviously, it's like, there's also definitely things on Xtreme that are good. You've got the Undying save with the Tombstone later down the line. There's 2 supports have incredible amounts of lockdown between them. With the Static Storm, Kinetic Field, Shackles, the whole shebang. And in general, like, an actual mid Slardar late game can be freaking disgustingly strong. But like a stupid amount of attack speed as well, plus the status resistance from the Aghanim Scepter. But it does feel to me like this is a very solid game for Lycan. Whereas in the previous series, even though Noob did play well on the Lycan, the game he played Lycan that he actually lost was a super shitty Lycan game. This is a very good Lycan game. You get Helm, you push out the side lanes, easy. Disruptor stands there, can't do anything against an Ancient Black Dragon. Literally cannot do a fucking thing against it. XM's having a pretty good time in mid. Unsurprisingly, he should not. Unless they rotate, obviously he shouldn't die. Buck can die, definitely, if he makes a wrong jump. That's why he also has phase shift early. And he also has the curveball facet, which is kind of cool. So the whole vector targeting thing I'm terrible at in Dota.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
He's still level 1 on the Slark. All he's doing is just sniping couriers and pulling the creep wave. Oh, he's also going for Helm of Dominator. It seems, or at least has Helm of the Iron Will queued up. As man farms. And gets good. Game gets nice. Is going for just power treads. I'm actually interested to see, like... Okay, so it is going to be a Helm of the Dominator on the Undying. Obviously, Helm of the Dom onto the Lycan is going to be picked up. 9 class with another Courier Snipe. I'm a little pesky support Slark. I don't do anything else but just be annoying. For now. Until later in the game, then all of a sudden you've got wall hacks, aimbot, everything. Because it's the vision game that's going to become really important. When you have a Lycan, a TB, and a Slark, you constantly will have vision all over the map. With the puck as well. You'll be seeing them sleeping, dreaming, everything in between. And and for Soul Rip. The Satanic just pops the magic wand back to full HP, but though he needed the items to be delivered, or swap back in time, is back to half HP. Fun stuff for Satanic in the top side. All that spam. Not much you can do about it. Ame is just gonna go for the Battle Fury build, obviously. As Satanic will probably go for Manta. He is very low though. They're looking to kill him here. Oof. Almost gets taken down, but a healing cell from Ducalis should keep him topped up. Yeah, there's too much magic damage coming out in that top lane. Level 2 Ether Shock in combination with level 2 Decay. Did go for Tombstone this time around. Did. Dream Coil onto XM. There's a rotation as well from 9 class. Misses the pounce. And doesn't even get a single hit onto XM. And now 9 class is in trouble because if he tries to get away, he's going to get taken down. And Xnova gets the kill. Great job from Xnova to secure first blood. And that's going to be a very happy Disruptor. Is that? Yeah, that's the brown boots delivered. Got that extra 361 gold. Yeah, level 2 Slark is gonna get another Courier Snipe.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
That Observer Ward is paid for itself times 10. DM is almost level 6. Ame is almost level 5. Actually, still half a level away from 5. But if he has Helm of the Dominator and 6 before Ame hits 6, might just ulti and run him down. The mischance is pretty annoying from the Whirling Axes though, which is how much? 60% mischance. I do think is kind of ridiculously overblown. %'s a lot. And XM now has infused raindrops, so those are going to get popped as much as possible by no one. Rotation in from Xingqiu. Yeah, they spot out Xingqiu nearby, as they do have an Observer Ward under tower range. Quickly they take care of it. Well, there's going to be the spam. He actually has -2 armor now on Puck. That's success. As well, if he wants to pop a Tombstone, it gets cleared up by the little Shredder quickly. Taking the gateway is Xnova, coming in from behind. Satanic needs to be careful. They might know. It looks like they know something funky's up. Ooh, that's a nice little scatter blast. Yeah, now definitely know that he was in the area. Yam's got his Helm of the Dominator done. Let's see. No one is top net worth. It's interesting to see that the Puck actually won mid against the Slardar. Where 8 minutes and 1 minute, 1 kill happened. This is very China. Very China. XM's going Blink Dagger first, so it is going to be more of a fighting game later. A little bit later. As 9 class knows that the enemy has an observer ward in the area. And they're going to do the exact same, try and yoink that one.
Radiant's middle tower.
While bottom lane Ame dropping low. Shapeshift wasn't even used, but he's not going to die. DM just going to continue forward. Dugalis has the Mortimiscus, so they could easily have popped his ulti there. They're heading bottom. Nice illusion there to scout it out from XM. And it will still be the tier 1 tower bottom secured by PVision.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
And 9 class still quite a long wait until he gets his Helm of the Dom. In the meantime, XXS is about to be done. Yeah, he's getting it delivered at the moment. DM has his already finished. He's going for the Helm of the Overlord. Doesn't need to build boots, so that's the advantage that he has over most of the enemies normally. Coil with the kisses. XM is fast, but he is out of there quickly. DM charging forwards. InQ dropping low, and that's going to be his innate pop. DM got glimpse back, but they're going to go for the tier 1 tower in mid, or at least attempted. DM's got an army of creeps here. All of them do get blasted quickly, and now DM needs to be careful because there is another glimpse in 5 seconds. You don't want to get caught there. XM is taking a heap of damage, but he gets a free $100 from killing that Helm creep. Yeah, you see how hard it becomes to kill a Slardar. Got caught by the Dream Coil, but in the river pops himself the Guardian Sprint, and he out of it. He just flying.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Slow resistance. 100% slow resistance. Wow. Tower took quite a lot of damage though. Xnova trying to get his level 6 so he becomes useful. Satanic is going for the Manta. How far is Ame for the Battle Fury? It's a decent timing. 9 class, the most farmed support, is just nuts. Considering I have mainly seen him be AFK this game, or he did get like 3 or 4 courier snipes, 3 courier snipes and an observer ward, I think. Is primarily what he managed to secure.
Radiant's middle tower has been denied.
Oh, Dream Coil top, going for XXS, snap the coil, try to stay alive, but the last hit there from Satanic will secure a 2k net worth advantage now for PVision. He does have the TP, because of course he does have that innate ability. There's no Dream Coil, there's no meta. Well, that might be a good moment to get anything done. DM, he can't. Yeah, no, that's going to be creep going to Xnova. Easy hundo.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And they know there's no meta, so they're going to smoke up, head top, look for Satanic, who's immediately trying to disengage. Radiant are scanning. But it's about the Dire, and it's also about how deep will they go on Xtreme.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire are scanning.
Bottom. 9 class. Trying to get out. Oh, he has the Tango. He has the Iron Branch. He gets out with the Iron Branch. Oh my lord, that should be a counter ward though from Xnova once Courier flies in. But that's so filthy. If you're really good at it, that's so filthy. He keeps an extra Iron Branch in there. Notice they don't have high ground vision, and he doesn't die. God, big dicks, bro. 9 class is straight up big dicks. Nine class now has the Helm of the Dominator as well, so that should increase his farm speed a lot more. Plus he can scout with it, so they have double helms. Well, he has Helm of the Overlord now actually on DM. With that ancient ice shaman throwing that big fat ice fire bomb. Which for some reason does damage to buildings, but ooh. X success on the back end. There's the scouting out. DM's Ancient Ice Shaman is gonna get taken down. 250 gold for Ame for that one. They're gonna go for the Ancient stack. The Ancient Black Dragon does throw out some fire in the area, as he does manage to get 3 of the Ancient creeps. And they're gonna jump in for the Ancient Black Dragon. Ame pops his ulti. There's going to be the control onto no one. The puck is in a lot of trouble. He's going to get taken down. And they're going to look for more 1-for-1 trade. Ame is dead. 9 class is about to feed another hundo to the Shadow Shaman. But they're going to turn their attention towards the tier 1 tower top. And back off. But a great catch comes out onto no one. And they're going to definitely need a... He's going to need a Yule Scepter. Or... But a BKB would be better, which he has queued up that he's going for. So Blink BKB gonna be the rest of his build later on, but nonetheless, Ame's a big kill to secure. They need to keep the troll weak.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
60 minutes, only 5 kills. Welcome to China Dota, baby.
I'll take that.
I don't think I'll be able to finish the series, by the way. Looking for a possible fight in the area. But yeah, they're going for Roche. 9 class gets a nice little count towards spot. I love being a Slark. Next success creep, another extra bit of chunk of change. There's gonna be the blast from the past flying in. 9 class pops his ulti in time, and XXS is going to be running away. Tombstone is going to be the target here. Do they get anything afterwards? It seems they're just going to get the Tombstone, or XXS will also bail out back into the Roche, but they didn't use meta for this. But without Static Storm, the Radiant side can't fight either.
Dire are scanning. the Dire. Dire's bottom
Oh, they
tower
gave
is
the
under
Aegis
attack.
actually to the Puckaroo. So no one gets the Aegis instead of TV. It makes sense. Because he is still very viable to dying. Oh. Spots out Ame. Oh, but there's a smoke gank heading there. They have a blink on Zinq.
Radiant are scanning.
No one. Serpent Ward drop as well. And quickly the puck is dead. They're going to TP through. They do much behind it. It's just the supports coming in. Glimpse onto 9 class. He gets sent out back to Narnia. They have no kisses. They do have a cookie stun, but yeah. 9 class is nowhere to be seen and they cannot engage behind it. So they also take the tier 1 tower in the meantime. With that Serpent Ward. Okay, that's a bit of recovery. Okay, Shackles onto the puck, but he gets out, dodges it. 9 class doesn't have his ulti available. It just used it, and that is a very dead little Slarky. They're finding a couple of good kills here on Xtreme. Satanic has the shard now, so he farms a bit faster. DM close to the AC, playing against Lardo, who's going BKB now. Ame is going for Manta against the silences. XXS is Shivasing up.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
But I don't really think that there should be a fight coming up for PVision until they get the BKB on. Oh, they're gonna go Shard. Slark Shard would be amazing for them. Snapfires is not bad, but yeah, Slark Shard is freaking stupidly good. Depth Shroud.
Radiant are scanning.
Duration is only 3 seconds, but it does waste half the Static Storm, for instance. I did not even know that you could ward there. It's Radiant support's actually building. Pavis on X-Nova. Obviously Zinq has that blink. Ame is keeping up in farm. He's got the Manta, he's got the Battle Fury. He's going BKB next. On the other side, you do have a Satanic who is also very solid in farming. DM is the big difference maker here though, because he is keeping up. Has the AC fully done and is going for the shard next, which is more split. Like, that's the reason I liked this PVision lineup, is because of the split push from Lycan, Puck, Slark, and TB. The amount of waves they can cut and just force Xtreme back to their base is insane.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Insane in the membrane. Satanic going for the butterfly, which would mean Ame needs to get an MKB if he wants to kill him at any point in the game. Net worth-wise, the game is like one team fight away from one team overtaking the other. But it's primarily PVision playing on the Radiant side of the map. Because they have the vision advantage. They have the Slark on their team. They have the Invis Wolves. The TB illusions aren't really that important yet, because they're not actually that strong until he gets like Scotty's Hurricane Pike.
Illusion.
9 class getting his Yule Scepter delivered. More sustain.
Dire's tower is under attack.
Where's his little...
Dire
Oh, there's
are
his creep.
scanning.
His Hellbear Smasher.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Well, at least they'll get themselves the Hellbear Smasher creep for 100. Oh, never mind. He resummoned. And got a Wild Wing Ripper instead. God, this game is so... Like, Satanic is literally farming the same couple of camps 24/7. It must be like, oh, this game is so much fun. What are you doing? Just farming? As the butterfly now. So that's really good against both Slardar and Troll. I don't actually know if the Serpent Wood has True Strike. Or how that works. Okay, they'll find X-Nova. Or 9 class will. Can Ame carry this? Yeah. I mean... I do think so. I personally, I think PVision is going to win this map 1. But I do think that, like, it's not a terrible Troll game. If you get your ulti lockdown going in on the puck, you can blast his ass. Even in the BKB. Static just going to be popping meta and secure the tier 2 tower. So they now know that, of course, Satanic's meta is going to be on cooldown. So if they want to fight, this is the best moment to fight.
Radiant's top tower is under
Or, well, in about, what, 30... What, how long's the duration? 50 seconds, 20 seconds. Okay, they do go in on Satanic. He is gonna be taking down Tombstone. Jump comes in. Satanic dropping low. Can he get himself out of there? Yep. He just has to outweight it because they don't hit him. Butterfly evasion comes in. Dreamcoil thrown out. DM is just sprinting out of harm's way here, as a Tombstone was still not taken down in the meantime. They'll back off after getting the tier 2 tower, plus, of course, the couple of, the little disruptor that could. And he just dies because they couldn't hit him. The evasion coming out from the butterfly, and Slardar miss, bye. Actually, he's going to go Hurricane Pike. It's probably going to be a BKV at one point. I mean, it's not the most amazing BKB game either, because obviously if Disruptor gets Ags, he can counter it, and Troll is very good against BKB targets. Slardar is amazing, like super counter to BKB targets. Class getting jumped here. No one is. They were baiting 9 class here. XM doesn't have a BKB. It's on cooldown. XM's dead. Oh, that's a painful loss. Metamorphosis with amplified damage on the Terrorblade. They're just gonna break high ground here.
Radiant's bottom tower has
Yeah,
fallen.
that's a set of racks. I don't see them stopping this at all.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Fortification delays it a little bit, but I mean, you even have to be careful if you get a single hit against you from the Terrorblade. Illusions, get rid of the Tombstone quickly. Thank you very much. 200 extra gold for Satanic, full set of racks. Thank you. Goodbye. See you. Ta-ta. Ta-ta, ladies and gents. Ta-ta. They're 12k ahead at the moment on PVision. They have 6 kills. He's been part of 5 of them. 4 kills, 1 assist on Satanic. We're 28 minutes almost into the game. We have 9 kills. And next Roche is up in 30 seconds, so that's going to be definitely important to secure. Because Disruptor has literally only a PVision, he's not going to have a Blink or an Ags or anything. And look at how poor he is. Does he at least have the... He doesn't even have the GPM neutral item. Like... Propaganda, that's useless. Even the Enigma, Lone Druid, dude, that where Pure went the Lone Druid, you mean that one, or where Ghost went for played Lone Druid? Wait, no, Pure, yeah, Pure also played Lone Druid against it. No, they know. Oh, there's an observer ward somewhere. Thank you very much. God, I'm a little slarky bitch. In the meantime, top lane is being split pushed by some illusions. Ame TP's back to clear them. Dire are scanning the high ground. They know that there is a brutal fight in the Roche pit soon enough. That will be transpiring as a little bit of a ras comes out between the two sides. Also, I love the fact that Dia 9 Class just has a pack leader's aura next to the Roche pit. So he's like, if a fight breaks out, we got that extra. Oh, Serpent Ward dropped and Tombstone. They're going into the pit. They're jumping in. 9 Class here as well. He gets himself the Aegis steal on from Ame. Ame with the BKB charge, but he doesn't pop his ulti. Ame had BKB going. They're gonna looking for more of a fight. The force themselves up on towards XXS. Undying in the Roche pit is gonna get taken down. Dugalis steals that kill, but 9 Class stays alive thanks to his shard. Steals the Aegis, steals the shard, and also makes it so that I don't even know what the fuck Ame just didn't pop his ulti. He just like straight up AFK. Jump onto XXS, and that's your offlaner nuked into oblivion. With the second set of racks coming up here for PVision. GG.
Radiant's top tower is under Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
GG.
PVision. Victory.
PVision power, baby. PVision power. Astini God. Astini God. 9 Class, so good. I'm happy I got 9 Class in my fantasy. Though, you want to see what's super stupid for my fantasy? I didn't have any more rolls, so I couldn't change it. But first blood, 0 points. First blood, 0 points. And almost no points coming up from 9 Class. He does have more courier kills this time around, so maybe he doesn't have more courier. How much does he get? Actually, he would have more. He had like 3 courier kills this game. If Heroic somehow knocks out Xtreme Gaming, that will be peak. That would be wild. Buy new Apple 17. First of all, not liking Apple whatsoever. Oh, I'm 92nd percentile because for some reason they're already giving you points for the predictions. The international prediction, yeah, road TI predictions, I got 370 points, 360, and international predictions, I got 720. Bitch, it says 3 correct predictions. I have 4 on the first day, 1 now, so give me more. I hate Foul Clowns so much. What do you mean? I'm saying Foul Clowns is gonna make it to the finals. Yeah, I'm expecting Bet Boom to win, and then in the lower bracket finals, Falcons beat Bet Boom to make it to the finals, and then it's gonna be PVision winning the entire thing. I'm expecting Falcons to make the lower bracket run. Granted, it's slightly going different than I expected. Because Heroic beat Tundra. That was a bit of a surprise. Well, I mean, it was a surprise until I saw the draft. And when I saw the draft, yeah, it wasn't really that surprising anymore. You are True Prophet? Nah, they won't all hit because Tundra fucked up. But I'm now 92nd percentile. Yeah, I fucked up the fantasy previously, and I'm fucking up the fantasy now as well. This is a pretty good score though, but like this is shit and this is shit. This could get better if he gets a first blood. Same year. Did he get a first blood in this game? Who actually got first? Might have gotten first blood. Who got first blood this game?
There on the Undying. Like, you first pick the Undying. It feels reminiscent.
Can you show the
of
info in the...
First pick a Nature's Prophet, the draft.
Sure. I got 4.2k points for Road to TI Fantasy and Road to TI predictions. I got 360 points. And the international predictions, I now have 720. I'm already doing better there than last game.
It's why PVision stalled out the game, right? Do you really want to run into a 15-minute offlane Undying? Of course not. Wait for 25 minutes, you can poke them, but when you want to break the game, you're already outscaling the Undying that never found the correct fight.
Yeah, I would definitely prefer for XXSOP on a different hero in the next game, because I think you want to shut down Satanic. Like, playing against Undying, it's very tailored what this hero is going to do. He's going to decay you in the lane, but he doesn't pressure you on the map, because, yeah, I feel like PVision, they just got to do what they want. Play on the map. 9 class, very deserving MVP on the Slark. Did everything he wanted to do. Succeeded with it, because this game, this was quite easy for PVision.
Yeah, it felt easy, yeah. And I want to know in how much, to a degree, this is very impressive for PVision, which it was, and I do not want to take anything away from that. But at the same time, I can just imagine myself being the meme and poking Xtreme with the pick, do something. Is that unfair to say?
I mean, maybe a little bit, because I think like something happened in the lanes. I didn't quite get to see what happened, but their safe lane with Troll Disruptor not going this well, not being able to play through there, and also the Slark 4 making the first move to help no one mid to like pressure XM. I feel like there's a lot of things that didn't go how they had planned, that then made it harder to then do what they wanted to do.
It's not like they lost lanes, they just needed them to go better, because the lanes were even and then higher after they went to the jungle. Like,
fucking mistake again.
Lycan has left his own devices. He got that bot tower early. That whole part of the map becomes open. Like, maybe they should have focused more on just playing bot and shutting down that Lycan, because when you look at that draft, that's probably what needed to happen. That's what created the issues with the map and the lane shove and not being able to take fights clearly. Like, if your two supports are Disruptor plus Shaman, how do you make a move? How do you clearly take a fight when enemy Lycan is just going to eat you?
I mean, you could also do something if you got the Aegis, right? 9 class stealing it. Sorry, but there goes tempo as well, right? Like, you take that gives you so much more.
Like this just going here, if you go to the draft, you wanted to shut down this Lycan, that's what you picked for, but look at the GPM, look at the net worth at minute 7. Lycan is about to have his helm completed, he's 600 gold ahead of the Troll. Like, this is what, you know, Troll and Disruptor, they want to win their lane, they want to play forward, you want to go through the gate to your offlaner. We didn't see any of that. So PVision did some really cool stuff in the early game, they must have, because otherwise you don't have this net worth in this matchup. It is impossible.
I mean, we heard how confident was
just better.
How confident Estini was and his Lycan players. Like, you'll see why we have the superior Lycan player. And I think actually you're going to think to themselves, let's not give this hero away. It's creating too many problems. Shutting down lane is not enough. We might not even do that, if anything.
Yeah, and then Kezu, there was one moment where we already thought it was going to be over before that last Roshan fight, when we did see PVision pushing high ground for the first time on that bot lane.
Yeah, I just do want to show like how nicely they do it. Of course, they are up 10k gold, but so the thing is, it's just such a low kill game. Like, it's 3 versus 6, but you have the amplified. Like, look at all the buffs. You have a Solar Crest, you have an AC, you have the Thunderhide hiding below, and everyone else, they're just making sure Satanic, he just pushes on his own. He even puts an illusion, give yourself the vision. So if you're Xtreme Gaming and you find yourself in this position, like, what do you like? Look at this tombstone. You can just feel the frustration. You just pop it in front. I mean, Satanic, he's just gonna snag it up. They take the 3 racks and they chill and go back. So if you're Xtreme Gaming, this is the type of moment that you cannot let have happen like this easily. You need to do better early on in the game.
Yeah, just get good.
Free real estate coming out for PVision, and it does make me wonder that if a game happens like this, and it's in terms of kills anyway, a stalemate. What do you do? Because someone is gonna get ahead from farming. And do we feel like already Xtreme knew that they were getting out farmed Tikov? Was it the nature of their draft potentially?
Yeah, I mean, I've already mentioned the Undying, but if you want to have a stalemate game, you need to make sure that at the point in which the stalemate breaks, the fight is easy to follow through, right? With a Lycan, you have the backline, the puck, you have a jump. Undying, it's like, you need kills to feel good. So, again, I want to repeat it. Xtreme, coming into this next game, I don't want to see them first pick an Undying. I don't want to put themselves in this position where PVision can identify that a Slark and map play means you will overcome the aggression. Like, Undying's very predictable, very strong, but predictable. You cannot be this predictable. It felt kind of easy mode for PVision in the draft.
Maybe a big part of that also is just having XM on Slardar mid. He is one of the best Slardar mid players. We've seen him played a lot over the years. But when you think about the heroes he's typically played, that he's shown on this tournament, it's like the Queen of Pains and the Leshracs. He has carry ability, he has pop-off ability. He's not just there to enable his troll or set up kills. He's something that can get a rune, rotate to XXS's lane, make pressure on that enemy safe lane, open the tower. His hero just did not allow him to do that in this game.
Yeah, and we must remember that for this first game we had, it was Xtreme that had first pick. They went for the Undying.
For
the
that one, I need. Okay, I need the luck. I need that one.
And we thought maybe Xtreme's got good plans to deal with this hero, but it seems like Nineclass had quite the field day. Isn't that right, Purge?
That's right, Shearer. Yeah, he had a really good game for sure. Fantastic game for Slark. This was a hero that was very popular with him 3 or 4 months ago. It actually got the hero nerfed, but what the main little refresher for what it does, you get vision. Now you know when people can see you, basically using a buff on your little bar, so it's very easy to kill observers. And what this basically does is it makes it very hard for high-level players to predict where their opponents are going to be, because normally they have a little bit of ward vision at least, and that ward vision is going to make sure that they can protect their heroes, they can have efficient farming patterns, that they die less, that they get more kills. All those things really combine to big advantage. And Nineclass can basically play really aggressive for most of this game because of Dark Pack. Here's that really cool Static Storm kill that they had against him. This should be a 100% surefire kill, but what he does is he puts himself at the edge of the kinetic field, and then he puts a tree basically right here, and because he was on this spot, it forces him out. It's one of the only ways to get out of this ability, so very difficult to do, but the fact that he got out of this and stayed alive means he's still on the map, getting farm, getting gold, creating Helm the Dominator creeps. I don't even focus on his Helm the Dominator in these creeps and in these clips, because this whole time he's using it to doubly scout. He can go spot for heroes. He's going to use the nice puck orb with some vision to get an observer orb here. This means that now Xtreme Gaming have to make more risky option initiations to go into the Roche pit, because they don't necessarily have vision of how close it is to die. And that Centaur dies before it gets close.
I gotta also
so
check
ultimately,
when my food's
PVision just
delivered.
gets advantage after advantage, knowing that they're going to be able to start the fight on their terms. In this case, Slark escapes once again. Just a cascade of things that are really, really effective for PVision. They even get the shard, luckily, which worked out extremely good as the game continued. But before that, take a look at this map right here. Look at the vision that they're forced to play with. Xtreme Gaming basically planting these wards. These are the ones that all these 2K MMR players plant when they're losing the game. Not high-level players.
I don't think I'll be able to continue the next game, by the way.
Slark, he's gonna be able to find those wards if they're somewhere else on the map. They're not gonna be able to protect them, and then they don't even get the ward vision anyways. So very, very difficult for them to play, but definitely the most crucial fight, I think, was this one here, where they got the BKB finished on Troll. They jump on Satanic on the Terrible, and take a look at the vision from Xtreme Gaming side. There's the Hex. They're going to do his full Static Storm and a Kinetic Field, and they go on him with BKB Troll. But that shard from the Slark just makes him completely invulnerable during this time period. So they get a full disengage. The full BKB is wasted on 2 of their cores and all of their ultis. Just a really catastrophic team fight, all because PVision and Slark did such a good job this game.
Thank you very much, Purge. That seems like I have a very easy solution, Kazu, for the upcoming ban Slark.
I mean, it is a problem, right? Because you have to ban so many other heroes too. But I love the clips because it just shows you that there's so many things that it's hard to spot as a spectator. But you can feel it in the game. You know your wards are dying. They have TV illusions pushing.
Oh, these respawn. Okay, that's
all your other wards. So
surprising.
for the next game, I think for XG, they need to find an answer for this ghost push. Maybe you take it yourself or combo it with having a playmaker on XXS in the offlane, because something needs to change.
XG are a structured team, right? Slark is the best hero to break a structured team. Just ban it. Easy.
Yeah. Then we're going to find out what they're going to ban, of course, in the game that is upcoming. But before we are going to watch game number 2, we are going to watch another short film contest. Contestants, it is time for Dream Team.
Kind of need to kill that wizard that's standing right there. But he's running away from me, the prick. Oh, I killed him. Nice. Oh, I didn't really get anything out of it. Sad. That's a weapon? I thought. Oh, crap. That sucks. I did not know that that was... I thought it was a weapon. The shield thing. Fuck.
Thank you very much for that one. Another contender, of course, will be keeping them coming the whole weekend. And in the end, we will be having a champion, the best one. I hope you you have your favorite one in mind already. In terms of this series, we had our favorite in mind, and I think it was a little bit split in the panel, which normally insinuates, okay, the series might be fairly even T-Gov. That was a grim look for game one.
Yeah, pacing is just critical. I think PVision, they were a little bit, it felt slower.
PVision's is good.
The road, and at least in this first game, it has shown that they've changed that a lot. Maybe Xtreme weren't expecting that. They weren't expecting PVision to be as fast-paced on every hero. And when I say fast-paced, I don't mean kills, just to be clear. I mean the speed in which they scale to which you don't really want to fight them. Right? Because again, you might think, oh, it's only a 6 kills at 20 minutes, but the way that PVision just choked the game out with, you know, Purge highlighting the Slark, the way that they didn't overplay their hand, these are the things that stop Xtreme ever feeling comfortable. We've identified multiple things, right? It's the mid Slardar, it's the offlane Undying. There's very clear things to improve on for Xtreme.
I mean, I underestimated, because I favored XG going into the game. I think I heavily underestimated the ghost push and what is going to happen if you don't do well early on in the game. So that's what I feel like. I don't know, Effie, do you feel like there's something else that we missed that they should change for this upcoming game?
I mean, for XG, I think they just need to draft teamfight as well. There's no way. It was a very one-dimensional draft, which works if your dimension happened, which was you stomp the lanes, you shut down the lake. And if that doesn't happen, what's your re-entry into the game? They didn't have that plan B. And I think making a plan B is quite simple because they have really wide hero pools on their players. It's not like they're one-tricks on XG. Like, instead of having a Slardar mid, all of a sudden you can have an incredible damage dealer in Leshrac, for example. Instead of having an Undying, what if you have a Centaur who can set up kills for you earlier on? What if you have a Mars who can play with the Leshrac? Just go down that path.
And even with developing that, when you think about the bans, we spoke about, you know, Slark ban, Monkey ban. Imagine in a lot of those clips that we saw, or if there's a Monkey support there, without the Depth Shroud saving the Terrorblade. Like, the game's so different, because as much as we hype Slark up to the Vision game, the save is insane. Like, unless you have AoE damage and a way to burst, again, like a Leshrac or something.
Yeah, and that's why I chose them, because
I also think
it's such a good
is
save.
a big problem. Like, this hero to me was the really big problem here because it stopped so much of their potential playmaking. Like, I mentioned it a few times already, so I feel like I'm really being annoying about this point. But when your supports can't comfortably enter a fight and disable heroes for you, unless you have disabled coming from anyone else on the team, you can't make
tomorrow,
plays.
I think.
It also hurts you twice as much when you actually pick to shut him down, but then in the game he's like, no you, he's like top net worth, you lose the lane even though you're supposed to win it. Because yeah, this is not the type of game we usually see from XG, but at the same time, I have to praise PVision, like also for their bans. I believe Mars was taken out early on, like maybe also forcing like something else happening. And I believe the Leshrac was also last phase ban. That is a hero we did want to see. So if you're XG, maybe you need to up your priorities on a couple of these heroes. Maybe you aim to pick those, try to get it early in the draft before it can get banned out. Because yeah, I'm just looking for a new game to also make sure that
I'm still here for another 6 minutes.
Very great, like the way they got here. They're an incredible team. So show it to us in the next game.
But they have been in this position before, right? Against Spirit, they had the same style of game where it was kind of low kills. Spirit kind of hit that stride, shut them out, and then they adapted and they won the game free to win the 2-1 in the series, right? So it's not as if this is the first time a dominant team has been winning every game and wow, a slap in the face, wake up, right? Like they've been here before during the tournament. So I am expecting them to have the correct adaptations.
But what adaptations are you creating? Because one of the points that we were making was that PVision, they have a lot of different styles. If you're adapting to their Ghost Push style, their Vision style that they played last game, they can bust out easily one of their cheese drops.
In the time they have, Minus Slark, everything's unplayable. That's how I see it. Because again, you don't have time to adapt to everything. But with how much you've done, like how regimented they are as a team.
I don't want to pick that up because that's an extra thingy I can get.
Like,
I'm going to
XG
go
will never
for
beat this hero. The way that I see them playing
wings
and the map state,
and then pick it up.
Slark, I just don't see them beating it.
Well, this is where experience might come into play for Xtreme. I'm sure there's been plenty of talks on how to adapt in game number 2. Of course, PVision only one win away from being top 3 here at the International. Let's see if they can do it, or let's see if Xtreme has been able to figure out what to do next.
God damn. Stini might just become top 3 at TI.
This time around, we did change it up a little bit. We got Xtreme still on the Radiant side, PVision on Dire, but first pick go on the way of PVision, and that means Xtreme Gaming gets overall last pick, and we do have some adaptations. Slark left in the pool, by the way, but we do have a change up with the Monkey King making it through. This was one of the bends that Xtreme went for in the previous game. They get their hands on it now, and an answer coming with the Disruptor from Xtreme.
Ooh, it's a triple.
They looked so good on their Monkey King yesterday. They played it 4, and it's very similar to Slark in that it will provide vision. It's going to buy that helm, give you that ability to push lanes, and also just roam the map early on. And if I was going to pick a hero that's more problematic between the two, right now I would say it is Monkey King, because the flex to core that exists on Monkey King is much stronger than the flex to core that exists on Slark.
Based on the draft position as well, opening with Monkey King is stronger in position. Like, you want to react with the Slark, so I can see why.
That was a pretty good chest.
They didn't ban out the Slark. I fully respect that. They might, again, down the line, but based
I
on
can't
this,
see the
it makes
draft
full
as
sense
well
that
as I would
available.
like.
I would also say that.
So I'm gonna jump into the game. I won't be spectating the full game. I'm just here for the draft, and then after the draft is done, I'm a Disruptor is good. I mean, for obvious reasons, right? Ultra late game, it's always really good.
You can see why, because Xtreme is second pick, they didn't ban out the Slark. I fully respect that. They might, again, down the line, but based on this, it makes full sense that Monkey's available.
I would also say that both teams should be happy, because like you're saying, Monkey King is the same archetype, and I agree with the flex, especially against XM. Sure, he has a couple heroes that would be good against the Monkey King mid-later, but you can also ban us out with the Lash Strike again. We touched on it. This hero is very strong. Would like to see that on him, but I still like that they do go back for the Disruptor. Like, it is still the idea of what you want to do against PVision, it's still there. I feel like there was something in the lane and some of the execution where PVision just really had their number, so the fact that they run it back, I'm happy with it.
Will XG respect Lycan with the single ban they have available?
Yes.
I hope so. I mean, they could have this idea to run maybe Disruptor plus Ursa instead of Troll, because Ursa will play on an earlier timing on that Troll, and they won't be locked into farming for 20 minutes of the game.
Yeah. No, I like the point of banning it. I believe it's also somewhat set up. You did take out the Beast and the Enigma in the first phase. From, you know, their side, they do only have one ban that they're able to throw in on this stage, so you kind of set it up to be able to only put it on the Lycan to secure your lane.
Xtreme, they also pick out a phase. So potentially they want to get their hands up. No, they don't. They want to get the Storm Spirit. Potentially that can be an answer to a dog that's running wild.
Catch and lockdown is always nice in the draft, and we've seen how a lot of the Spirit heroes, if you have the player that wants to play them, they don't care about picking it blind, right? And here it is, you have the catch to pick off the team fight. Sure, pacing, PVision can still run at you whilst you're still throwing a line, but they have the team fight that we want to see from XG.
So just want to quickly point out the heads-up ban of the Meepo by XG, because there is an ET ban on the side of PV in that first phase. And ET, when you ban it, you're typically saying that, oh, I might consider picking Meepo, or I might be considering picking Chen, because those are the heroes that he typically counters. So instead of it banning Lycan, they're just like, you know what, we're not getting cheesed here. We're taking Meepo out completely.
I like it a lot. And this hero has looked very scary in the right hands right off specific carry players. You have Satanic, obviously he plays it very well. I like the Pugna pick quite a lot here. Like, when people get glimpsed in, you want to save them. Also, Net Award super good against these two heroes, so you keep yourself topped off. So for PVision here, you kind of want to decide. I would assume you just kind of jam your mid hero here. You see the Storm matchup, I would say you know what's coming. Make it easy and simple.
let's say this is your 4 and 5, right? The monkey being 4, the pugna being 5. You've got
The monkey,
with
I mean,
defense
it's
and,
looking very much
life
like
drain. You've got
another
the
9-class
with the
monkey.
Strike shard to be able to jump out. If Storm gets onto a support, if you don't kill the monkey, he's jumping out. If you don't get the pugna, he's going to life drain something or decrypt himself like this. These two supports aren't instant food for the Storm Spirit. Like, they're making the game somewhat complicated.
Secondary jump with the Storm would be nice, or just some kind of follow-up range damage to make sure that they're not in that situation where they can
Oh, no
re-engage.
Invoker. That's the
We've seen how they played both Invoker and Monkey with
Helm of
first
the
item
Dominator.
Yep. So we are now really expecting 2 Helm of Dominators in this game for PVision. That will be lanes getting pushed out, and XG, they need to find ways to shove waves cleanly. The Shutter doesn't do it, Storm does, but you need at least, I think, 2 more heroes so that you're not forcing the obvious that one guy has to go and do it. Like, it needs to be your entire team naturally doing it.
I would say what we're looking at for XG with what we've been saying too, in my mind, you want follow-up damage into your Storm jump, like maybe with the Forge, Inq's hero could be what the Snapfire himself, or maybe a Hoodwink. I think there's something else you could look for, which is maybe SD, but I think your support duo isn't the greatest. I like Lycan a lot here. It's good against all these heroes. You rush Nullifier against the Pugna, good answer. You have the Global Howl and the Nighttime also to make it easy for your Storm. I like what's happening here.
And then you get the follow-up damage from Hoodwink that just came out for that Storm Spirit. So when he is jumping this backline, they make sure they can kill the targets they don't.
I have seen this before.
Yeah.
If you're able to shutting down
Oof.
Lycan in the early game, it matters so much. Like, sure, you
Brood
have
mommy.
2 Wolves and a Dominator. Do you think Brood is going to care about this? You're all single target. So yeah, this pick is very nasty.
And normally when you have Broodmother, you kind of want to play away from her webs unless you're really strong. But now when you're playing away from her webs, you're going to be running into 2 lanes that are shoved into you. You then eventually push them out, and all that time, Brood will have that additional item, that additional kind of resource. So it is a really toxic lineup from PVision where the map play is just exceptional. It's what they're doing so well to make sure that they are, you know, close to being top 3.
Maybe it's a little bit weird, but what would you guys think about actually putting Ame on the Lycan and you pick a new offlaner, like the Magnus?
That can deal with the spiders a little better.
Or do you just put the Lycan in the lane? It's like, okay, bro, you do your stuff, you buy your helm, farm your jungle, and you give Ame like the absolute win condition.
I wouldn't mind a carry that could also just twin gate. So when Storm gets 6-minute room with the carry twin gating, you just collapse on the tower, take the tower with the Lycan.
Ah, there it
and then
is.
you can
I
play
lost this
traditional
one
game, but
previously.
that is an option.
Ooh,
for
it's
sure.
another triple.
I would personally prefer Ame just on a
You give him
standard Ame
24.
hero. Yeah. Because a game comes to mind from recent times, but I believe it was the EWC and it was a Tundra game, and they were playing offlane Lycan versus a carry Brood, and we were worried about the Brood outpacing the Lycan, but the way that Lycan was able to play the map, it made it so that they were just trading map play, and eventually Tundra did get the win. So it's not like this Broodmother will completely catch the Lycan off guard. Like, both teams do have map play.
If there ever was a time for it to happen, I think the Lycan flex to carry, Ame taking it, like this could be the game. In all the other games, probably not, but they need a Brood answer. A simple one, not one where it's like you need level 12 and 3 items. There needs to be a early game answer to Brood that can then just follow them around the map.
What is an answer to Brood? Is it like, oh, I need Cleave in a sense of like a Sven type? Or what kind of answers to Brood?
I would say you want like someone that can lock down the area of where the Brood is in, and killing spiders is kind of what you're looking for. It could be your Magnus. It could be an Alchemist with Acid Spray, Rushing Radiance. You play fast with your other heroes. It could be an offlane Tidehunter for all I care. Like just team fight building block.
It can also just be as simple as a strong laner that isn't dependent on high cooldowns, because carry Brood takes advantage of high cooldown enemy lineups, because every time they're using these big spells, she's taking the entire map afterwards. She's just running.
Another triple. A lot of triples.
So what is the DM hero here? What do we feel like he wants to have?
I haven't had
would
a
say
quad
maybe
in
someone
a
that
while,
goes in. Sure, you have like your Brood. Satanic is going to be incredibly big. He has Alacrity. You have the map play. Maybe they could look for like a Centaur or a Tide themselves. What do we feel like he's looking for? It's kind of eyeing Phoenix, but it's banned.
Yeah, it's banned, yeah.
They need more reliable lockdown, I believe, for the Storm Spirit, because we're talking about the Brood and everything, but there is the issue of the Storm Spirit on the enemy team. If the game does go too late, your lockdown isn't there outside of the boundless. They just go for the Centaur, gives you an early stun, gives you save as well.
Okay, DM Centaur.
They're going to be tanky so quickly. Like the first 2 items that every hero buys on PV is we are harder to kill in the fight, and we want to fight. There's no hero that is, I need to scale, there's no battle furies, nothing like that. It's just all skirmish in these
So, I mean, what I see is you have the Lycan into Safen if you want. Maybe with a Magnus, you could go for the Ame Sven. You want the Brood answer. I don't really care specifically what exact hero is going to come out, but have high damage, maybe be a nice combo for the bull fight, no matter what role the Lycan is in, and be able to also jump. Because right now, it is all on your Storm, so Ame, I'm sure he's going to find the one.
Do you guys hate Lifestealer here? I feel like they can not play with Lifestealer and S-bombs. It's a good lane versus Centaur. The Rage is going to be very useful against the mischance from Brood. Also a free BKB versus Invoker.
Then there's no hero to stand in front of the tower when Brood comes online. When like two Dominators come down the lane plus Brood, Lycan has to kill the hero. He doesn't stand in front of the tower. Storm, Hoodwink, Disruptor. Like, there's no one right now going, don't worry, guys.
4 for 5
I will weather the storm, and then you follow up after.
Mention that out there.
From the offlane or a carry pick, but that hero has to be able to take the fight to PV at the towers.
Yeah, I would like someone who can just like eventually take over the area. Like when Lycan says, okay, I'm not touching this offlane, I'm gonna jungle. Someone's like, okay, when there's a lot of spiders, like I can take it over. Radiant Spire, whether it be your Sven, Alchemist, like whatever. Because for now already, I feel like XG are set up nicely to give themselves like more kills on the map. You have more playthrough with your two supports because last game, I think Jinku, he ended the game with like 1-1-1. This is not a stat you want to walk out of with on the stage.
Any XG player, this stat.
Yeah, it's not pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a rough one. We'll see if they have a better shot this game around with the last pick, Bristleback. Now, this is fitting into the category of you want someone to go in and stand there and take everything.
I love that last pick. I'm going
You're
Xtreme.
looking a little game
two.
there, Effie.
I think it's good. Like, it's a good pick here. It's something that can play into whatever lane Brood is on. It's a low cooldown hero, which I was mentioning is very important. You can't really be cooldown dependent versus a Brood Mother lineup. And with that BKB, it's going to be quite strong. So it definitely fits the bill for XG.
Okay, no, he's just going for the Feeding Frenzy facet. Because against big heroes that have regen, like Alchemist and Bristleback, you sometimes go for Necrotic to go for the minus HP regen. But I do think the Broodmother is just going to go for Feeding Frenzy and play normal, but that could have been an option.
Ame took Snot Rocket.
10 seconds.
He might stick with it just because like maybe they're looking to play for, like minus armor is quite good against Centaur and you have it from the Lycan too. Maybe he wants to play for more minus armor to then get more damage instead of having Seeing Red, which is what we traditionally see from the carry person.
Oh, he switched, thank God. I was gonna say, if he stayed on Snot Rocket, I was gonna bet against him.
He would have been the first one playing Snot Rocket this entire event, but so far Seeing Red is selected. The main question I have, we talked a lot about.
Yeah, I'm going with Xtreme on game 3.
Tempo setting heroes. Can Xtreme answer this tempo? Do they have what it takes? Is it going to be similar to game number 1, or do we have an entirely different paced game on our hands?
A couple mistakes and PVision just fully run over the map. But at least they have an answer to Brood. Is Bristleback strong enough to be an Invoker as well? Plus the like all the other layers. Like Bristle is good to be Brood, but everything else, it's scary. This is still very scary for Xtreme.
I like their game 2 draft here. I think they have good map play. I think they have strong timings. They also have a really great pick for XM, very different from last game. He can scale, he can do a lot in that early game. And they're going to have that Nullifier on Lycan, which will go a long way this game.
I'm very happy that they just have more tempo that they can play through. Like you said, with the Nullifier, with the other stuff, you have the Bristleback. I like what I actually have.
All right, let's
this
see
is a
if we
lot
can
of
make that
upgrades.
Game number 3 happen. It's all in the hands of Xtreme, or potentially PVision will be your first top 3 team. Before we head into the game, we're heading to the stage.
Wow.
Slax is standing by with Zaway.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Shiver. Mr. Director, Badal. The laugh, all right? I did it right. Okay. During the international...
I might be
World
running
Tour,
too
we
fast
had
now.
very long games. It was kind of a drawn-out meta, and you guys excelled extremely well at that. That was a pun. But now, things have kind of changed. Faster games, different kind of heroes. How do you think the meta's changed, and are you guys going to be able to adapt to it for this game?
那八岛就是想问你，因为感觉在国际邀请赛制度上呢，当时很多场比赛时长都非常长，节奏也相对来说慢一点。现在到了这个正赛舞台上呢，就感觉快了很多，英雄池也有点改变。就想问你，你个人感觉是为什么，以及你们战队是否有做出适当的调整呢？
Bold axe passes through enemies.
打到淘汰赛以后，队伍的实力就越来越强，然后大家的
Yeah, now I got
侵
the
略
new
性
axe.
都越来越强，然后我们需要慢慢的去适应。然后这一场，所以我们选择一个 M1平时玩的不多的英雄来试一下。
Well, as we progress into the international, the teams are stronger and stronger.
Look at
and
this
every single
chaos.
team has their strengths,
I
have their
missed the
secret
chest.
weapons, have their heroes that they specialize in, and it is something that we absolutely have to adapt to. I mean, this game right here, Bristleback, is not a hero that Alme has been playing a lot recently, but we have to pick it just to react, to respond to what the opponents have.
Thank you. Well, thank you, Dalton, by the way. As I was watching your draft there, I did see that you let them get their classic support Monkey King, and they had a Brood. You had a lot of issues to solve. Do you feel like you solved both of those issues with this draft?
那目前就是 PV 战队呢，他们也选出他们的御武之父
Okay, I'm gonna go
9 plus
because I got a lot of shit to do.
相对于
It was fun. I'll try and post more predictions for the last couple of matches.
阵容是否就是